Excuse me. Woo, sorry guys, I'm making a bit of a mess this morning.
No apologies needed. Dungeon Master, sir.
That's what I like to hear. Okay, let's do this.
I'll
Yeah.
pay you after the session because this is more complicated than it needs to be.
All right, understood. No problem at all. No problem at all. Okay. So, welcome back, everybody. Boy, you guys are on quite a little mission this time around. You got some special plans for the weekend. You on the New Dawn have decided to undertake the contract to not only smuggle some firearms to a Illithid outpost, a neutral ground outpost, but also to utilize that money to buy yourself armaments to go destroy a cosmic horror haunting the region. No small feat for any ship. So, off you've all gone to go do these things, and you've picked up a couple new friends along the way. The first of which, the Spelljammer seemed to secure the services of one Ed Jord, who has described himself as can fix things, and also can pilot. Seems to be the two skills he brings to the table. It also has a droid, let's be honest. Has a cool little cannon droid guy, which is awesome. And then as we have sold all of our wonderful goods off, you also managed to purchase, the captain purchased for the ship a personal vehicle, a Weaver class personal ship for the ship, ship, to utilize, which Ed Jord has taken over the piloting position of. Also very cool, you picked up another weapon, seemingly a decommissioned prototype creature, some kind of robot by the name of, or by the designation, probably better put, of Epoxy. And with that, you guys gonna go take out big old cosmic horror. That'll be for you guys to deal with. And Mr. Voidlight has contacted his patron and asked what he should do, and as usual, the patron responded with entertain, basically, was the synopsis of that conversation. And I think that is where we have left off. So, we find ourselves on the New Dawn, sailing through the astral sea. Surely you will get at your destination sooner rather than later. Why are we at the top of the calendar all of a sudden? That's right. On the way there, so you guys left. What was it? It was. Enjoyed the crew. Oh yeah. So yesterday you picked up Epoxy, and today you guys have just finished sailing by a broken down, nearly destroyed ship that confronted the very threat you mean to tomorrow. So, today's the day of the battle. You guys all wake up. You eat your breakfast hearty, men. For tonight, we dine in hell. No. Wait. No, that's not. Nobody says that. Get out of here, Leonidas. Is there anything you'd like to all do before the coming battle?
Can I build some shit?
Well, build some shit. What are you building?
Well, I haven't enhanced my arcane focus yet. And I don't know if it came that way, but because my actual plan involves someone who wasn't here, so. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be a little selfish and touch up on my the little my lettered studded armor and my arcane focus. Probably.
Fair enough. Could you do me, and I'm not gonna, it's just for future reference, the infusion feature, how many infusions can you do at a long rest? Because I know that's how that kind of works.
Two.
Okay, cool.
And
yeah, as long as you're on top. Go ahead.
I got a long rest in between infusing Bisan stuff, right?
Fantastic. Yeah, I just, no problem, as long as you're keeping track of it. I had an artificer once who struggled a little with it, and Just want to make sure it's all kosher, but you seem to know what's going on, so excellent. That works just fine. Cool. Yep, you
Wait.
spent some time that morning and you infuse your stuff. Anybody else?
Wait, how many things have you got infused right now, Alan?
Four.
For like on myself or that I
Overall, like,
two.
Well, you infused Bassan's stuff, didn't you?
Yeah. Right now, just two. Bassans and
I mean, there's like a maximum overall.
Yeah, it's based on proficiency, I believe. I had an artificer.
and which is half my which is my level, artificial level. So I think does that mean it's just two overall then?
Yeah, it's 2 total.
Okay, then yeah, disregard what I'm gonna do today. If I've hit my limit until next level up, fine.
Also, if this is the morning, right? You did all those infusions the last night, so if you want to change your infusions, I think you can, since this is the
That's what it
morning
means.
of.
I can change it. Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can change
you
them around,
change
but
them
the
every
maximum is
morning.
2.
No.
Kind of like a priest prays for spells.
Alright. Then I wouldn't change it because I was assuming Isan seemed like by visual language like a frontliner, so I want them to be hooked up with stuff. Ed's
I mean-
just trying to. Ed lets his tools do the speaking and befriending more himself. So, but yeah, totally. I'll take all like tips because Artificer is totally new.
It's a little
It's like-
complicated.
I love
yeah, so
I love this class. I'm dying to actually play it in another game. I miss my
totally
artificer.
throw me any tips. Catch me if I'm saying some crazy shit. Because most of my D&D career has been dude smashes target in some capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We can talk about it later. It can be an
Oh.
incredibly subtle class. Just
Yeah, there's a column. There's actually a very specific column in the Artificer table that says how many items you can have infused at once, and yeah, you're at 2
Okay.
right now.
cool, perfect.
Yeah, so there's infusions known, and then there's a number of infused items you can have going at one time, so 2. Okay, fantastic. Cool. So Bassan still got her cool stuff. Is there anybody else who has stuff they want to do around the ship?
actually, what would you please remind me what you did so that I can make the adjustments?
It was in enhanced defense. You got a +2 AC because your armor and your shield are really cool right now.
Cool. No,
Work
I'm
those
just
out.
wanting to make sure that I've got that marked off here.
Cool. Man, I just fuck. I should. Don't say it. Don't say it. I just got a really cool villain idea, but I can't.
Oh no,
I shouldn't tell my players about my villain ideas.
Write that down. Write that down.
more enemies.
Yeah, actually, I am gonna write it down.
If it kills us, if it kills us in the future, you're welcome, guys.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say real quick that I'm pretty sure Epoxy's gonna be on the Weaver ready for any moment.
Got it. Yeah, you said you were like sleeping there and stuff.
No,
You've installed
I
yourself.
watch over. I watch over Zalis when he rests.
Oh, God.
But out of that time, I'm gonna be on the Weaver.
Just staring at him. I'll tell you what, Apox, you were wanting. You were saying that like your character needs a little personality. So why don't we say this? As your circuits are some systems, a lot of systems are very like short-term turn-ons, but other ones need your processors need time to cycle through all of the data and so on and so forth. Your own memory seems to be a little troubled. So why don't you maybe just a flat charisma check to see if your personality modulators turn on or begin to turn on it anyway.
Whoa. Charisma modifier?
Yep.
Modified 20.
Modified 20. Okay. So, I don't usually care about like personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws too much. That's more of like a player's discretion, in my opinion. But for the sake of turning on your personality, I think for a modified 20, we'll say like personality subroutines, like advancing Um, a commander in the field of battle must be able to identify with their soldiers and blah 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 blah. Blah, all these things go off. So we'll say that you're like, there's personalities, ideas, bonds, and flaws. Let's say that like your ideals and your bonds turn on. So your ability to bond to things that begins to turn on, and then your sort of personal moral philosophies begin to start to emerge in this moment as those routines begin to sort of turn on. They're amorphous. They're to be developed by the machine itself, but those begin to start to work out for you. Or you can do it however you want, but basically some of them start turning on is the point. You're like halfway personality on.
I get on back to the main ship, call to everybody. Wait, what is this group's name?
Just been crew of the New Dawn for the time being, but no party name as of yet.
All right.
Not even a party, truly yet. I don't believe.
Yeah, no,
We are the vanguard of the New Dawn, so maybe now just vanguard, because if there's anything that goes first, it's us.
Oh my god. Crew of the Vanguard, to the... I'm sorry, I'm not really good with ship terminologies. Is
Alright.
poop deck? I'm kidding.
I'll tell you what. I'll repost the schematics for the ship that you guys are currently on.
Awesome.
Has some info there for you. Yeah.
Thank you, because
I'm
I've
going to
seen
need
but
it.
I forget.
No problem. I'll post that picture in the group chat and pin it so you guys can just kind of use it and look at it and know your way around the ship as needed.
I
Alright,
gather
there's
everyone here
sp-
today to
That's
say,
your space galleon.
if anyone in the moment of battle is in trouble, I will go to their aid. That is all. I go back to the Weaver.
Make me a performance check.
uh, 22.
So you guys like this you basically to this word was like, I will be on the ship, murder, and it's just like trying to like this like sort of half functioning robot that just works very and then
One off.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should
No, it's all
respond
good.
with the chat. Sorry, that's on
Oh,
me.
it's all good. And then just like in a complete flip, steps up onto the bow with like the confidence of like a seasoned sailor, says, "To all of you who would be in danger in this battle, know I will stand alongside you. Call to me if you need aid, and I will be there." And everyone, and like, you guys can take that however you want, but like Epoxy, like, Epoxy said what Epoxy said, but just like the confidence is there, and you guys can all react however you want to react. But the rest of the crew's like, okay, cool. And then just like confidence just sort of like swells through the rest of the crew as they're like, okay, cool.
I left no time for reaction. I immediately got back on the Weaver.
And maybe that speaks to your speech too, where it's like, I'm not here for praise, I'm just here to let you know I've got your back, and you just kind of like turn before you can receive any kind of praise, and everyone's like, damn man, it's good to be okay. Some people are a little more confident about what's to come.
Ed slightly lifts up his goggles and wipes away a single tear. Artificer, so beautiful. Just reflecting on the beauty of artificer and the leadership that Epoxy exude. Ed's feeling good. He's confident.
Ed's like shedding a tear like everyone else, but little does anyone know he's looking completely past Epoxy to like Bashan's shield that he made the other day. He's like, fuck, that's like, I did such a good job on that.
And
Nah, just kidding.
over the shield, he sees Bisan look at Epoxy and give the same look that she's given to the Commandant.
The gift
And then go right back to the Mangano.
Incredible. the subtle gift nod of approval. We love it. magic. Love it. Is there anything else anyone would like to do in these early hours of the morning? Sounds like a no. Sounds like a no. Okay, I realize I need to post up our super cool Dragonborn fella, who is come along on behalf of Xenomorph Incorporated. Okay, you guys fly along. Let's see if you have any untoward encounters today before you reach your destination. Luckily, nat ones don't represent encounters. Yeah, what was that?
If we do, I'm blaming you, Nate. Because Nate cursed us in the group chat saying we might not even get to the Void Heart. I was like,
Oh my
that's so
goodness.
accurate.
I think that's worth a
So-
reroll.
I will not let that happen.
Just
Watch over my crew.
I think as the day's going on, and there's some tension in the crew, and everybody's waiting. You will go around, and everybody here's battle hard. Every single member of this crew's battle hard. Everyone was in the Second Unhuman War. Everyone here's got grit. Everyone here has been in battle. Nobody's like shaking in their boots. There's no one who's green to war here, but you still see some tension. Cosmic horror is no small threat. But each of you, I think, at a different point in the day, as the captain stands dutifully on the stern castle, as it is known, he'll catch each of your eyes. The time goes on. He'll give you the nod. Give each of you like the nod as you guys are making your way about the ship. The ship falls out of wild space. Everyone goes quiet, and the ship makes its final approach to the threat out of into the danger. You would feel a hand on your shoulder, Edjord, and you would hear the captain say, "Do not deploy yet, but best to make your way to your ship, pilot."
That'll just nod and go.
Cool. Yeah, you guys are having a real, you're laying in the grass with the weapon, waiting for the enemy to approach, and everyone's kind of we're definitely in that energy space now. People have their hands on the ballista, their fingers are twitching, waiting for whatever it is to appear. Edjord, you get into position on your into the cockpit of the Weaver, preparing for whatever it is. You guys all have your eye fixed on the horizon as the ship bows to go confront that threat. Mr. Voila, you're probably standing by, or Songquo, and seeing sort of magnified now the ship sort of ooh, 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 and it's oh fuck. And then off in the distance you all see this shadow, this silhouette against the background of the pinks and purples of wild space. Drawing ever closer, you see this shadow grow bigger and bigger until it begins to start to take form. What is at first looks sort of maybe the shadow of an octopus, and as it grows bigger, it's more. You start to see the highlights of massive, not section cupped tentacles, but barbed tentacles, and those barbs being massive. Each singular barb is probably the size of the Weaver itself, maybe bigger. You start to see many eyes affixed to the front of these things, large dorsal wings on the side of its face, and massive maw with a surrounding of many rows of teeth. This thing is a ship killer. It is big enough to devour your ship and is probably a good 100 feet in length. I am going to send you a picture of the thing that appears out of wild space. May those little birds give you a size comparison. The little bird things are probably bigger than what you guys look like. Like, those are large creatures.
Okay. We're gonna die.
Everybody focus fire!
Which is pretty much what the captain says. Hold, like, for range. So we're not in range yet. Hold. Hold.
Okay, so as soon as he is in range, I would like to fire an exposed weakness shot from the ballista using one of our power die.
And then we'll say in that moment there's a open fire, and we will enter initiative.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. So my size mod has not been working since the recent Tailspire update. This thing is supposed to be way fucking bigger, but this is as big as I can make it right now. So just imagine it is bigger, about the size of your ship, probably. Maybe bigger.
It's just that perception.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 100 feet tall, so let's do this in fact, if we can. I'll give you an idea of its true length.
I already don't like
on.
it.
That didn't work at all. Sorry, I just want to do this to give you.
As we get into this, is anyone going to run chaplain?
Anyone who would like to, I think, may go ahead. Why don't you do it, Carmen, if you're willing?
I am willing.
Excellent.
Sorry, I want a healer in this, and someone who can fix the ship, and he can do both.
That is perfectly fair. Can't fault you with that one.
An
Why must
absolute
you be this way?
nightmare.
There we go. So that is what its true height and length should be. And it should be further from the ship. So what is the Mangonel's maximum range? Let's go see. Oh, Mr. Ship. Space Galleon. Alright. Mangonel has a big fat 800-foot range. So we will put it at 800 feet.
What's the ballista range?
Ballista maximum. I'll post that too, by the way, just if anybody wants to look at the Space Galleon stat block, if you're familiar enough with it. Ballista's got a maximum range of 480 feet and a regular range of 120 feet. So anything between 480 and 120 will have disadvantage. Anything beneath 120 will be a straight roll.
Okay.
Alright, there we go. I don't think we need this anymore.
And would you remind me of the Mangonel's stats, please?
Certainly. Mangonel has an 800-foot long range, a 200-foot short range. It can't, or regular range. Can't hit anything within 60 feet of it. It also does 500 or 5d10 bludgeoning damage. Got a little excited there.
How much was that?
5d10 bludgeoning.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just checking on my notes here. The ballista is just 1d. Oh, crap.
Ballista does. And Mangonel's a +5 to hit. Ballista has a +6 to hit. I already told you the range, and it does 3d10 piercing damage. And if
Thank you.
either of you want a refresher, those are sort of standardized siege weapons. If you just type that into D&D Beyond, I'm pretty sure that siege equipment will pop up. There's also the link I just posted in the Facebook, which should send you to the Space Galleon page, which has that information as well. Okay. Let's see, who am I missing here? Let's take a look. I need to put... Oh shit, who's this? Who's got an axe? Oh, that's the... that's the plasmoid. Okay, let me throw down Zlace, our expert here. I need to get Mr. Voidlight out, and we can and not to worry, we will position you guys where you think you would be on the ship at this time. No problem about that either. So let's see, I've got Ed, Apox, I need Chaplain. So that's Chaplain, Varsh, Solace, Ed, and I need Basson. How can we forget Basson? Alright, and the captains will represent the ship at large. Alrighty then. Let's roll. So one. How I can fight. Sorry about the wait times today, guys. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, cool.
You're setting up something. It's cool. We're good. We got a player missing, and I'm kind of coordinating with him while he's doing his thing. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool.
Optimization. I love it.
Okay, so
we're
that's
good. It's all
16.
good. It is all good.
Cool. Cool. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Ooh, the captain does very good on his roll. Better than the enemy, anyway. 15. Ship edition. And our toothy grin fellow. So there's some. Here's an again. Yes, this is Jura. So Jura rolls. Damn, everybody rolling really good today. Jura rolls a.
Well, don't worry, I just put a stock to it.
Same. I rolled it a while back and it's terrible.
Gotcha. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, let's do this. 25 to 20?
Woof.
20 to 15? So, what'd you get?
15.
Very nice. 15.
Sorry, I was muted. I got 21 for my initiative.
Wait, hold on. No, I might have been wrong on that. I was looking at the wrong. Yeah, that's right. 16. I'm sorry. I rolled for myself and not for Chaplain.
Okay, got it. 15 for Basson.
16 for Basan. I'm sorry.
16. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Sweet. That'll be. You're gonna go before the captain, Bassan, just to break things up a little bit.
Should I roll
the same initiative. You will take your turn with Ethrith.
Cool.
Be Per being your companion. You guys will interweave your turn. You're connected.
Sick.
Fantastic. How about 15 to 10?
Oh my goodness.
10 to 5.
Chaplain got an 8.
What did Zalace get?
9.
9. What did you get, Ed?
7.
7. What did you get, Apoxy?
3.
3. Fantastic. There we go. I believe that is our initiative. Alrighty then.
I got a
So-
wee little too.
First thing I'd like to do is go down the initiative and figure out where everyone's positioned on the ship, just to get that out of the way. I think our boy is feeling a little cool about himself, and he's just going to post up here. Actually, you know what? I think he's in the crow's nest.
Our boy being the captain.
What was
That's
that?
just our boy being the captain.
Marsh, where do you and Ethrith think you are positioned?
Probably towards the front.
Okay, you want to be on the foredeck?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Damn, we need to put a torch in there or something. I can't see shit. Gonna throw a torch in there. Light.
Oh, dude, the hippo guy looks fucking sick in that light.
Should put a furnace.
He does, doesn't he?
That Marsh next to him? Yeah, it is Marsh.
This is definitely a fire hazard, but don't worry about it. Okay, that's a little better. And Etherith, I assume, is right beside you?
Yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, all right, men. Okay, very cool. We're not worried. That's where that needs to be. Basan, you're right where the mangonel should be, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, the captain is where the captain ought to be. Zalace, you're up with the ballista, I assume.
I'm standing on my little box.
Fair enough, fair enough. And where do we think Chaplain might be?
I imagine he'd be on deck ready for.
Yeah, he would be on.
anything
He
that
would
goes wrong.
absolutely be on the deck,
Or
ready to fix
possibly-
shit. So probably around the hull.
Maybe with the Spelljammer to boost it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
true,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah, he's done that before. Let's do that.
Hey, good call.
Good call.
All right, so maybe he's like right in the doorway here, so he can like be in either position to go boost or to go fix whatever's best, or you can just be in the room for the initial boost. That's probably what you would do.
Yeah.
Cool. And we've got our backup pilot who's just chilling right here, just in case. Okay, that'll bring us to Mr. Jord. I assume you're aboard your ship, sir.
Yeah, I'm freaking doing one of those like ding ding, and also anyone that might see him, Ed is beatboxing to himself, kind of like in a little ritual.
Nice. All right, cool. We like that. And Apoxy, I assume you're just like
Oh
on
yeah,
the back of
I'm
the
right on
frickin'
top of it.
Hell yeah. So I'm just gonna put your minis like sort of on reserve, but we are aware you guys have boarded the Weaver.
Awesome.
All right, that will bring us to the top of initiative. Okay, I just need to pull up a little thing-a-lang here, so I know how long a longbow does for.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm so serious.
I'm sorry. The cat jumped in my spot. Like
I'm just kidding.
I went to get something, and my cat's.
Special guest.
Come here. Come here.
Special guest.
Cat's got dice to roll, you know. They're ready to play.
Mother, I wish to join the cult.
It reminds me of that one Reddit
Like she has her
story
chair
of,
right next to mine that's got like her own blanket that's like super soft and fluffy, but she has to. I get up and she has to be in my spot.
Got
You
it.
armed it up
Big
for her.
guy up top is just going to hold an action. He draws his bow, pulls it back, holds an action. Mr. Voidlight.
It's like 800 feet out right now, isn't it?
Yeah, he's pretty far out.
Yeah.
We're gonna close pretty quick, but
Yeah.
you know.
I guess I'll do it now. I'll cast protection from good and evil onto Etherith. From evil and good, I guess.
Fair enough. Protection from good and evil is on Etherith. Keep track, but Etherith is under that protection. Very good.
Ooh, 10 minutes of that. And from that point on, I guess, I mean, looks like both ballistas are being manned by some of the crew anyway, so for the moment, I'll simply walk to, like, as close to the front of it as I can, and then wait for the carnage to begin.
You want to like hop down here?
Yeah, with Etherith.
Yeah, with Etherith, of course. Fair enough, sir. All right, that'll bring us to the cosmic horror. I need better music. I apologize, everybody. Who do I think I am?
A lot's going on.
Let's do Last Stand. That sounds like an apt title. Okay. One way or another. Oh, fun. Actually, at the end of Mr. Voidlight's turn, we're gonna have a legendary action.
Ah!
Oh no.
The legendary action.
Oh,
I've never come
oh,
across this
shit.
before.
What's a legendary action? You see the thing sort of like, as it's moving closer, you hear it. Does it make out this almost like whale-grown roar? It's like it is like almost like a whale's bellow, but there's something violent and aggressive and otherworldly about it, something deeply alien. And as it does so, its whole form like shimmers for a second. It just kind of like almost like vibrates visibly, and then is suddenly bigger. And you realize it's not bigger; it's just closer, as it teleports 120 feet closer to your ship. Adam, what are you doing down there, mate? All right, cool. That's how big it is. At that point, as it turns over to its turn, I think it's going to saunter closer another 100 feet. Even the captain goes, "Whoa, that thing can move." As it moves, the round isn't over yet, but it's currently moved 220 feet this round. And then it will dash for another 100 feet. Draws ever closer. Big guy up top is going to take his held action. The captain sort of stomps on the deck twice. He goes, "We do not need to try to get too close to this. We do not need to close distance." And the guy is going to let off his longbow arrow. He is going to make it an arcane shot, and he is going to utilize the banishing arrow feature. So his bow suffuses with conjuration energy. You see it sail across the astral sea. That's going to be 7. That's going to be a hit. He is not going to deal be too much damage, but it's going to be damage nonetheless. Come here, dice. So we've got an initial 10 piercing. The weapon itself is going to deal an extra 2d6 damage. 4 and 2 is another 6 damage. And then it's going to make a wisdom saving throw to see if it gets banished. It does not get banished. It's actually no, I did that backwards. It does fail, and you see its form begin to sort of shimmer per banishment, and then it sort of bellows, and the effect fades as it uses a legendary resistance to overcome the effect.
That's 2 then.
Terrifying.
All right. Well, that's one legendary resistance. It's used in action. That's one
Action
legendary
and
resistance.
resistance is then.
Yep, no problem. Okay, and that is going to be it, which brings us to Bisson on the Mangonel. You see the crew, the two of them on the wheel. The Mangonel turns to the correct direction. I will say the ship is not currently and optimally in position to fire. If you were to fire now, you would destroy the sails and the masts. You can hold your action, though, if you wish to, for when the captain has the ship turned about, probably.
I will hold my action until that point.
Fair enough. Which coincidentally will be right now. And just to make sure I'm doing this all right, the ship is going to turn on a nice little 90-degree. So we're going to put it over here now as the ship turns. Come over here. Ba-ding! And as the ship turns, after you, my mangonel expert. Hassan.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
All right. So I am 480 feet off, I believe.
Yep.
And if that is the case, then I'm taking the shot at disadvantage, correct?
I believe so.
Thank you. That is at disadvantage. That is an 18.
An 18 will hit.
Whoa.
Please roll me some bludgeoning damage.
Can I make this a crippling shot?
You certainly can.
Excellent. So I'm going to use one of my power dice. And it should reduce its speed by half until the end of its next turn.
Ooh, okay. Is there any save for that, or is that just you take that?
Nope, that's just the way it goes.
All right,
Wow.
you send it off, and you like smash one of its tentacles, and it billows as its flight capabilities are diminished.
And that is
Go ahead and roll your damage.
5d10 damage,
Mm-hmm.
which I am about to roll right now. 10 and 8 for 18, and 10 for 28, and 2 for 30, and 3 for 33 total.
Whew. Yeah, that is a direct hit. The crew sort of lets out a little hurrah for your fine shot, Hassan. Is there anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
Getting ready to take the next shot.
Fair enough. It will take its legendary action. Or actually, it's pretty. Never mind. We're gonna hold off on the legendary action. Just wanna get my range here because it's nope, not even close. Okay, Mr. Lunarbow. I think he's going to sort of stomp on the deck twice and tell the Spelljammer, and he's gonna say, "I want to keep that thing at mid-range," and he will sort of declare that. I think he's gonna declare something else as well, because my boy's got. He's not been too intense about it as of late, but he is a commander. Let's see what's he using. Yeah, I'll go take a look at these in a second. But in the meantime, what do we got? We got some cool stuff here. I think he's gonna put his foot on the side of the ship and he's gonna extract his longbow. A radiant string is going to connect itself. He'll pull back the bow with no arrow. A radiant bolt is going to appear in the shot, and he's going to fire off 2 longbow shots at the creature at disadvantage. First one's a miss. Second one's a hit. All right. Roll, damn you. There we go. It's going to be 5 piercing, 17 radiant damage to the creature. So it's going to be 22 damage. And it's taking the damage, and you guys are loading it in, but it's still got some strength to it. And that is going to bring us to Zalace. Zalace, what would you like to do, my friend?
Yeah, so I would like to.
You, my
I
friend,
go
are
for
the
a disabling shot on the ballista. So
All right, go
I'm
for it.
at I'm at max range for that anyway, so
Understood. I've heard about that too. I
oh,
think Commandant would have took a shot. Nope.
11 at disadvantage. A good
11
roll.
fires. It's just it hits like one of the barbs on its main tentacles and bounces off. I'm afraid. Is there anything else you have?
No, not at this range. I'll just
All right.
reload.
Understood. Okay, that brings us to Chaplain. What would Chaplain like to do to help out around here?
So Chaplain is going to
You just suck some helium.
Chaplain is going to jerry-rig the Spelljammer so that he can go a little faster. But I don't know
Fair
what
enough,
tool
go
I'm
for it.
supposed to be using, so I don't know what to add to the roll.
All right. Well, neither do I. So let's go figure that out. Let's go figure that out.
Would it be Navigator's tools?
I think there is a specific role he's got to. let me go check. Shit.
Or would it be Arcana?
I'm gonna go look. Jerry rig, DC 15 with the necessary tool. Well, he's got tools for it, so it would be proficiency plus intelligence. We'll say.
All right. Oh, fuck.
No, no.
That was a 1.
No. That was a 1. He tries to make it work. He doesn't, unfortunately. It does not work out. I believe there might be something about that. Depending on the side help, if you help a Spelljammer. Oh no, that's all. It just doesn't quite work. That's all. No need to fret. Don't you fret none. Okay. Is there anything else that he would like to attempt?
No, that's all.
Fair enough. Let's see. Okay, moving right along. That'll bring us to Mr. Ed Jord. You, my friend, are aboard your wonderful, wonderful new ship. What do you do?
Okay, so Ed's first gonna look towards the epoxy. I don't think it's gonna be smart to take you up close just yet. So still a little tight. And
Don't worry, I'll help your accuracy.
hell yeah.
Just wait to
And
attack when I say. Basically
Give-
holding an
give a
action to
solid
attack.
thumbs up. But what Ed's gonna do is move sort of towards 11 o'clock from the ship to get within range of the observer. He's got a 120 range on his ballista here. So it's like not quite straight, more towards like an angle. And because he wants the observer to be aware of a weaver, maybe maybe try and sway some attention his way, but not quite get in its face. Just
So how fast can you go?
150.
150. So you want to go like, just so I don't move it. You want to do like that?
Yeah. Or even maybe just 120. 100, like that right there. Does that put me in range though, or no? Let me see. I have 120 range on it. 480 with like minus accuracy.
Yeah, you'll have disadvantage, but you are in range to fire with the ballista if you want to use your action to do so. It's a bonus action to utilize your ship, but it is an action to take that shot, I believe.
And oh shit. One other thing here which might destroy this whole turn. I should have asked that before. The Weaver says it has a roll initiative of -5, Ryan. Do you want me to apply that to my 7 or?
No. So again, I had to use the creature stat block generator to make things happen. It has that
Okay.
-4 because I didn't give it any dex because it's a ship.
Okay.
So don't worry about that. It takes your initiative.
All right. So yeah, I'll take an action to fire a ballista as well at disadvantage.
Go for it, my friend.
Okay. Nice. That is a 2 + 6, so 8.
8 to hit. 8, you fire, goes quite wide, I'm afraid.
Yeah, let me make sure it's an 8. Oh yeah, +6. Because I'm using the Weaver's numbers for all that, right? Cool.
That's right. Yep.
All right.
So that was a 8 total.
Yeah, 8 total.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, the ballista shot sails by. I'm afraid to say.
All right.
All right. So that was your bonus action in action. All right. If that's that. Fantastic, sir. Apoxy, you are on the back of this Weaver. What would you like to do?
Ed,
Yeah.
come on. You gotta focus your fire. Just line it up and stay right here. We don't need to get any closer to it.
I can't.
And
Ed's
I'm
still
gonna
feeling
use-
that. Yeah, so he's listening.
I'm gonna use focus fire to give him a command die on his next attack.
Hell yeah. All right. So with Apoxy sort of takes a leadership role, gives you a little advice, and as Apoxy does so, just kind of like gives you the correct advice. What is the commander dice? It's like a D8, I think.
It is D8. Yes, just one.
Sweet. So Ed, you have a D8 on your next attack. And just looking at the commander block, I'm gonna take a second look at it, but I think I might be making a lot of these
It's
bonus
worded
actions
kind of
instead
weird.
of full. Yeah, they're worded a little kind of weird. I might not yet. I'm not gonna change things in the middle of battle, but
Okay.
I
Or
don't know,
next.
because they're supposed
Next.
they're supposed to make it more fun and give you some options, but I don't know if I want to use it to totally take over your turn economy. So we'll see. I'm gonna go.
I can
need to
leave
make
with
up
an
the second
action.
rank soon anyway. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
To that, Ed's just like, well, still like, he's gonna be beatboxing all downtime. It's kind of like keeping him calm. And,
I start tapping the walls
it's
just to go along with it.
a hell of a vibe in that Weaver right now.
yeah. Everyone on the Spelljammer's like, pull fast, and then meanwhile in the Weaver, it's like, all right.
Come on,
it's like
Ed.
the
We
Ninja
got
Turtles
this.
in the
Oh,
elevator.
yeah.
Basically, you're like going into battle, and they just start vibing a little bit. It's dreadful. All right. That's gonna bring us back to our Mr. Archer, and somewhere up there, someone, if anyone was anywhere near, you might hear be like, "They're going into melee without me." Is the general thought of the guy on the mast, and somewhat gruffly, kind of sort of grumbles to himself and is going to take another shot with his longbow. This time we're just going to do some straight up shots. He's going to take 3 shots because he is a pretty high level fighter. Still at disadvantage. Oh no, he's not at disadvantage because he's a sharpshooter. But he will take the -5, so that is going to hit, and that is going to hit, and that is going to miss. All right. Okay, let's see. That's going to be 8 plus 7, 14 is going to be 15. That's going to be 25 damage. Plus 3. That's going to be plus an additional 6 damage. That is going to be 12 plus 7 damage. And last shot would have been ooh, that's really good. That's going to be 7, 14, 15 damage. Plus 6, 5, plus an additional 11 damage. And he did do sharpshooter, so he'll get an extra 20 damage on top of that. You see this guy is just firing these crazy shots where they're just like wrapped up in like radiant flame as they're almost like his shots are almost like ballista shots out of his longbow singularly, and it's quite impressive what this guy's capable of. And that'll bring us to Mr. Voidlight at the front of the ship. What would you like to do, sir?
Well, there's only one. Well, there's two things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shot with my longbow at disadvantage. Let's see how we
Go
do.
for it.
14.
I'll tell you
to
what,
hit.
this might... Sorry, what'd you get?
14.
14. I was gonna hop in there because he would have done this anyway. So this might help you here. So hold that action.
Okay.
He will have used his legendary, because I always fucking forget legendary actions. He is going to teleport 120 feet closer. Maybe that helps your shot, maybe not. We'll see.
Needs to be within 150 feet.
We're not that close yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will have to stick with that total, unfortunately.
Yeah. I will then tell Etherith to use their bonus action to fade away in Draconic. And just have a Etherith go incorporeal.
Okay, sort of almost becomes like moonlight, light rather than solid form.
But I'll have him stay put. It's just a precaution.
Fair
And
enough.
That there's little else I can do, so we'll stay there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I couldn't imagine running this as an in-person individual because I would be like throwing sheets around in the air. Okay, but anyway, moving right along. That'll bring us to big guy, but he's crippled right now. He's still going to take that speed forward as he sees a very yummy ship over there. And he's going to go doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Only 50 feet because he's crippled. But a mere 50 feet. What is our range to the Weaver? Okay, we're gonna call that 195. What do we got? What can we do at 195? No. No. I know what we could do. We could dash for another 100 feet. Or 50 feet, another 50 feet. For a total of 100 feet, I think is what my brain was trying to portray. But yeah, Ed, you start and it bounces off one of the side spines, and you see like its 4 eyes on the side all go in your direction, and the whole thing turns and starts teleports at you 120 feet, and then looms about 100 feet closer, and then it sort of like shakes out the one tentacle and regains its speed and composure, and it is now but a mere less than 150 feet of your Weaver at this point. Which will bring us to Bisson's Mangonel turn. They...
Math's not my greatest. Are we at 300 feet right now?
No problem. You, my friend, are indeed less than 300 feet.
I needed to be within 200 feet for it to be not at disadvantage. So that's what I was checking.
All right. Well, you are.
That's a miss.
Yeah, you'd still be at disadvantage. Okay, that's a miss. Sails over its head. Is there anything else?
Nope.
Nope. Understood. All right. The captain is going to actually do a little commanding this time around. Where did you go? I gotta go grab those features. He is going to call out. Oh, go away. Let's see. Resolve crew. He's going to look back at you, Basad. He's going to say, "Focus fire!" And he is going to give you a commander dice. That's a D8 on your next attack. Oh, sorry, that's added to your, hang on. Command die to bolster the resolve of crew. Another allied ship here. Allied ship can add the commander die to a number of damage rolls equal to your charisma modifier. Okay, that's very cool. Yeah, so you'll basically be able to I'm gonna probably reword that a little bit. So for the time being, I'm gonna say that that is going to go to both Zalace and to Basan. So you guys will both gain the benefit of focus fire. So you guys will be able to add a D8 to your next damage roll. My apologies. To your next damage roll that hits until the start of the commander's next turn.
Okay.
And let's see. What was I also going to do? Oh yes, the other ballista is going to fire. Disadvantage. That will miss, unfortunately. Commandant says, "By the stars!" And they will reload. Okay, that is going to... The ship is happy where it stands as of now, because that is a nice mid-range, and it's coming into range of the stuff. So the Spelljammer is just holding fast for the time being. That is going to bring us to Zalace, my friend. You may take your shot, sir. Disadvantage.
$18.
18 will hit. Roll me some damage. Throw an extra D8 on that damage. Oh, I'll tell you what. Throw 2d8 on this. The idea is like he's like a level 5 commander or rank 5 commander. I haven't sorted out all the ranks, but let's just add that to benefit for now. That might not end up being the end of the line benefit, but let's just do that for now. Go to you as well, Basan, on your next damage roll. He's supposed to be really good at this. 21 damage, not bad. Ballista shot, and you see this dark purple, like bloody ooze sort of funnel out from where it was hitting. It groans in pain. What was the damage again? One more time?
21.
21. I got a little excited by my narration and forgot to take down the damage. Is there anything else, sir?
No, sorry, was that just on that shot, that 2d8? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, nothing else.
Okay, fair enough. That is going to be a legendary action. It's going to teleport 120 feet. So my friend Ed and Apoxy, suddenly it vibrates again and then is like right on top of you. It is well within range of tentacles and teeth and spines. It is right in front of you at this time. That will bring us to Chaplain's turn. Chaplain, welcome, my friend. You're in a death battle with the Cosmic Horror. Everything's on fire. Help us.
All right. What exactly have I done so far?
Nothing.
So all you've done is fail to jerry-rig the Spelljammer.
First of all, the most important question is, do I have goats?
Yeah, nothing out yet.
They're not out yet, but if you would have thought to have allied yourself with potential goats, go ahead and roll me your bag today, and we'll say you got that out before the battle.
All right.
I picked the best person to receive that. The captain is somewhere secretly in his soul he'll never admit. He's like, I gave that to the right crew member.
It was definitely a good choice.
I got no goats today. 2 owls and a giant boar.
Well, so yeah, you can ride around on that boar. I believe that's a large creature, yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah. Giant boar.
Oh fuck, is that a huge size creature or a large size creature?
Probably huge, yeah. Hold on, let me look. I think so. Yeah, because I have normal sized mammals, and then I have like 2 giant ones. That's one of the giant ones.
All right, let me go take a look.
Yeah, I'm looking too.
Giant boar. I think you're right. I think it's huge.
No,
No, it's a large beast. Yeah, large. Good. Good. All right, and then you have 2 owls. Where are all these guys at right now?
Yeah, they would be on the deck, I suppose.
Okay, maybe one's on your shoulder or on your head.
Sure, flitting around.
Flitting around on your head.
I'm done with the Spelljammer unsuccessfully spelljamming.
Yep.
Okay. And we are within like munitions range right now, right?
Certainly.
All right, so I guess I will relocate myself up by the. It's getting closer. Are we getting closer to it?
It's getting closer to you guys. You guys are just kind of holding fast until it gets too close.
All
Is the
right,
idea.
and I'm sorry for so many questions, but how far away are we now, and what's the minimum range on the mangonel?
Well, I'll tell you what. You run out. You take 20 feet to run outside of the cabins to go take a look and get that information. So 20 feet, and now you can see that from your current position, it is 195. Mangonel range, it is. We're gonna call that 200 feet.
Okay, what's the minimum range on the mangonel?
Mangonel is a minimum range of 200 feet.
Oh, okay, so we're just inside minimum range.
That's
Ish.
right.
Okay, then I will head toward the ballistas on the other end of the ship.
The mangonel
Alright,
can
so-
still hit at disadvantage, though.
Well, you're not at disadvantage anymore.
Oh, so
As
it's
of,
in. So I'm
as of
inside
now-
the 200 feet.
Yeah, as of now, as it just took its legendary reaction to
Sweet.
move closer.
Okay,
Cool.
cool.
All right, so, all right. Well, let's see the best way to get about this. So, might I suggest, Chaplain, you take the dash action, you mount your boar, and your boar takes you to the front.
Yeah, I like it. Let's do it. Giddy up!
All right. You get on, and the boar goes like the guy from Twilight Princess, the weird guy who's chasing Link around everywhere for the first half of the game, and the boar's just like, and does like a little heel. How fast is the giant boar? It is 40 feet of speed, so it's going to dash you 80 feet towards the front, and then bump into the wall stupidly, and that will be the turn.
Come on, owls!
Yes, I imagine the owls are all with you, fluttering after you, or if not mounted on you. Spelljammer groans as the zoo goes with it. Very funny.
Am I aware of anything that the Cosmic Horror has done yet? Like, have I seen it take any sort of actions?
There's a window, so you could have looked out the window and seen that. Basically, it's just been closing distance this fight so far.
Okay. All right, great.
Cool.
Okay, then I'm good. Thank you.
No problem. That'll bring us to Edjord. But before it's your turn, Edjord, I think there's going to be its last legendary action of the turn. It is, you're going to see one of those massive, crushing, spined tentacles lurch forward as it's going to do a crushing tentacle legendary action. Oh, no, never mind. It can't do that. It has to have a prerequisite first. Never mind. Take your turn.
Okay. So, can I, is it like, am I engaged right now? Like, if I move away from it, is it going to be able to strike me? Is that a thing?
Based on your distance and the length of those tentacles, you're pretty certain you're in melee range of it.
Okay. And, when I'm piloting the Weaver, can I do stuff with my Eldritch Cannon or no?
Yeah. So your turn economy spent is a bonus action to actually like pilot it around, and then you can use your full action to either do the dash or the ballista shot. But if you don't want to do that, you can use your action for other stuff.
All right, cool. So I think that Ed's gonna look at Apoxy. It's gonna get a little bumpy here, and Ed's gonna try and make some distance from it, kind of go towards the pointy end of the ship. I've been on ships on both.
It's all good.
He's gonna fly there, but not getting out of, like, he's staying within ballista range, because he's like, it's almost like he's gonna like drift right back into position and fire a shot at it.
So you want to do like, let's say 100 back towards the ship?
Yeah. And give it like right there.
Turn around. Okay, that will indeed be an attack, a reaction attack from the Cosmic Horror. It's going to make an opportunity attack. It's tentacle. Since Apoxy is technically being dragged along, you aren't eligible for an opportunity attack. So it's just going to attack the Weaver. It's just going to, as the Weaver turns around and begins to sail out of the space, a massive tentacle moves forward towards the Weaver itself. with an armor class of 15. Absolutely hits with a 32 to hit.
Yeah.
Who is it attacking?
It's attacking the Weaver itself. It's not attacking you or Ed. It's attacking the actual vehicle. So the vehicle is grappled. So it's turning around, and all of that arcane propulsion out of the back of it is still going, but your ship is stationary as it's wrapped its tentacle around the ship, and you hear the actual armor shell of the ship begin to, and in the cockpit you see some of these massive spines beginning to penetrate inside. You're like, oh fuck! Your ship is going to take 21 force damage. And that's it. So the hull of your ship has taken 21 damage.
Okay, so that puts
I
us
can
at
mark that.
100 total. 79 is what we have left.
Got it. So you were. I just want to put you at the range in which you would have taken that opportunity attack. You would have ended around here, and at this point, you're pretty certain it has a 30-foot range.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to see how much this thing can take, and am I able to fire my ballista even though I'm grappled?
So we do have a rule here that the one of the modified rules is that the siege weapon must be in the general aiming position to fire. Considering you're retreating and it's like got you grabbed now, and your speed has become 0, we're gonna say that the ballista is unfortunately pointing in the wrong direction. But you still can use your action to do other stuff. Yeah.
The command die can be used for any of his attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can use any action you want, Ed. It doesn't have to be the Weaver action. So you could turn around, and if you got a weapon or something, you could slash it.
I'll cut us loose. You
Alright,
can.
If anything, friggin' let me throw a fireball at it. Can I
A fire? A what?
A bolt.
Bolt. Okay. I was like, a what? Yeah. You turn around. You whip out a little. What do you got?
It's like it looks like a little like freaking what's his name? Rick from Rick and Morty's little ray gun thing. That's how I pictured it in my head.
Yeah, you take out like some kind of arcane remote, and Apox, you're like, what is this shit? And a ball of flame fires out of it. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. Normally it's not this chaotic on the first crit, but and oh god. That is 5 plus 5, 10. Wait,
Did you use your command die?
No, I'm gonna use the command die. I was gonna save that for the
Eight.
Okay. An extra D8. Here we go. Okay, that's 5 plus 5, 15 total.
15. Just hits.
Hit.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, a little epoxy direction saves the day.
Okay, that
Little higher.
is
Right at the eye.
1d10. Okay. And
I just wanted
that's
a hug.
yeah, that's 1.
One damage? Oh
Yeah,
man, I'm sorry about that. You're like, you like point the remote back. Epoxy's like, focus fire, and you fire this bolt of flame, and then we like zoom out, and the giant creature is like, and it, like, gets really angry.
Good job, Ed. I'll get it from here.
We got its attention.
It all counts. It all counts.
It all counts. So that's absolutely right. Is there anything else?
I think that's my turn. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yes, Bason? Can't hear you.
I thought you were supposed to add 2d8 to the damage. Did I misunderstand?
No, that's for the captain's thing that the captain did.
Okay.
Ed's bonus came from Apoxy.
Yeah,
I think it was a
okay.
different
You
command.
have
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not a fighter.
No worries. That'll bring us to indeed Apoxy as you stand on the back and his tentacle is wrapped around Ed's Weaver. You stand on the back. You got some options. You could like do a Hulk against Surtur sort of situation if you wanted, or you could attack the tentacle. You got options, but it's your first time in battle. You see the HUD go, battle optimization activated, gives you battle options. What do you do?
I'm going overdrive, dude.
Overdrive, what does that mean?
Basically raging is what I'm gonna call it.
All right, your sensors go warning, 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 and your HUD sort of fizzes out and disappears, and the blue HUD vanishes, and then like an orange-red HUD sort of takes in. There's like a targeting laser. There's like a rage meter. There's like body modification options. Which body modification option do you pick?
I'm growing. Usually having a clamp jaw that doesn't open. Just gnawing purple goop comes out of the mouth, and it's just razor sharp teeth opening that mouth.
Got it. You go deep, 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 and you like select like jaw, and basically in a sort of like Optimus Prime Transformer kind of way, just like very minor little. Your face sort of rearranges some of its like components and like unlatches, and your jaw just like unlocks into this massive razor sharp like poison spewing jaw.
This is not gonna look cool if I miss, but I'm gonna attack.
And you see this Ed, she like fucking Optimus Prime, like reverse Optimus Primes, and her jaw opens, and she's got like huge serrated metal jaw with like pointed jagged teeth and like drooling purple poisons.
Oh,
You're like, oh fuck. What do you do?
I'm biting the tentacle on the ship. Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Oh no.
Was that a reckless attack?
Do I have those?
If you are a second level or above barbarian, you do have reckless attacks.
I do. I will do it recklessly.
All right, then you have advantage, and it will have advantage on you.
Maybe that was not a good idea. I missed.
Oh, okay. You try and clamp down on it. Your teeth onto. Well, what did you roll? Tell me the roll.
I got a 8 + 4, 12.
12. Okay, yeah. So unfortunately, no. It's always good to check. You try and start biting
the
down.
tentacle's too
onto
strong.
It. Yeah, maybe it has like a really hard. You don't find like the fleshy bit, and you're trying to bite into it, but your jaw's like scraping across the thick hide. To no avail. Is there anything else?
That is it.
That is it. Legendary action. Now it's going to use its legendary action. It's going to do Crushing Tentacle. As it has the ship wrapped up, it's going to and begin to dent the armor plating of the Weaver. It's essentially crushing it. The ship needs to do... We'll do this for the ship. Okay, that is a failure for the ship. Your ship is going to take an additional 17 force damage. It's still okay. It's not like bloody. The ship isn't like suboptimal, but it's taking damage. You can hear the grinding of those sharp serrated edges on the hull of your ship. Okay, that's gonna bring us to the big man up top. He goes, "This is fucked," and he's gonna pull his cape around. This sort of like red sash he had. He pulls his cape around, and he is going to Dimension Door. And he is going to Dimension Door on top of the actual Cosmic Horror's head. And sort of draw his axe and start cackling manically. And he's going to Action Surge, and he's going to take his axe and start just cramming it into his head. This will be a frenzied rage. And he will, attack recklessly. That one's a hit. And that one is a hit. Oh, that's the wrong dice. My bad. This is an axe. It's not as good with the axe. It's better with the bow. And the second and the third attack, yes. 16. That is going to be 27 points of slashing damage. Oh, he's a frenzy attack. Let me get that in there. Yeah, that one will hit. It's gonna be That's going to be another 10 damage. It is bloodied as of now. The cosmic horror is indeed bloodied. That brings us to you, Mr. Voidlight. Has drawn closer. Your friends are wrapped up in its tentacles. What do you do?
How close is it?
To you, it is. We'll say the tentacle is within range, so we'll call that 120 feet.
What about is the tentacle separate from the horror?
It's not separate; it's part of it. But I
Okay.
figure if it's this gargantuan creature, like the tentacle counts as part of
Okay.
its body. So yeah, 120
In
feet.
that case, I shall make a regular or longbow shot.
Fantastic.
That hits 22.
Hell yeah! Roll me some damage.
Alrighty. That is 6 plus. That is 8 piercing damage.
8 piercing damage. It all matters. You do 8 more piercing damage. Well done. Is there anything else?
I'll order Ethelrith to fly over, to dash over towards the Weaver, which is 80 feet, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, you hear it sort of like growling and groaning, like it's excited to go fight. And you're like, go! And it takes off with lightning speed. And it has a dash of 40s. Well, it has 40, and then it will dash for 80.
Yes.
And begins to close on the Weaver about there. Making his way. Is there anything else?
That is about the limit of what I can do, so I'll leave things there.
Fair enough, sir. That will bring us to the big guy. And he is going to take this Weaver with him, and he's going to make his way over to the ship. 100 feet, like so. The Spelljammer is going to let loose their held action, and they're going to try and do a warp back into mid-range. I'm going to roll a little check to see if it works out. Unfortunately, the Spelljammer does not meet the DC of a jump. And the vehicle tries to, phase, but it doesn't, unfortunately, so it does not manage to get out of the way in time. So we are over here now. It would have dragged the Weaver with it. So the Weaver is about here now, with all y'all on its back. This guy is still on top of it. We're gonna have a little. We're gonna have a little fun. I use the word fun sparingly. Not quite close enough, so we will hold off on that. Actually, this might be perfect timing to do this. No, it's not enough people. We're not doing this. I think it's just going to do some tentacle attacks. It's got you all wrapped up, Ed, so it's not too worried about you. It's going to do a tentacle attack on the dude who's sitting on his head. One of the tentacles lurches back and tries to get that guy. That will certainly hit. This guy is grappled now. Just grab these tentacles, help me keep track. He's got this guy all wrapped up, and he's gonna take 21 force damage. He's gonna do another tentacle attack, and with how many of these does he got? He's got a lot of tentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay. So it's going to use another one of its tentacles, and it's going to lash out at you, Apoxy, because it's got advantage on you. So why the hell not, you know?
Have that be. I caught you first.
At advantage, that's going to be a 33 to hit. You're going to take 19 force damage and be grappled.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So you are grappled. You're in the tentacle. It's got you. Yeah, it's got the amount of tentacles you see.
Are you raging?
Yeah, I am. I don't think it'll matter though.
No.
That was force damage too.
Oh, okay. Bummer.
Yeah, bummer. So the amount of tentacles you see is the amount of tentacles it's got, just to be clear. So it's grappled you, and it's also got one last attack. I think it's going to take the Dragonborn, and he's going to shove it in its mouth, and he's going to try and bite it.
I'm so sorry. How much damage did I take?
19. You took 19
Okay.
force damage. And it's going to try and bite the guy on his back. That was not a good roll, but it's got a really high attack bonus. So 21 will still hit. And Barbarian Boy on the back is going to take reduced to 12 damage. And he just starts grinding him with his teeth along the inside of his mouth with the tentacle, and he's like, inside. If anyone's ever seen Black Flag, it's kind of like when Blackbeard gets dragged underneath the ship a little bit. It's pretty brutal.
The Observer has favorites.
Yeah, he's a big favorite of advantage. Actually, as a fun thing, since we're all so close, at this point, everyone in the crew is going to hear something within their mind. You hear the voice of eons, a voice beyond comprehension from a realm you do not know, a realm that perhaps you'll never be able to comprehend. This great voice emulates your mind, Varsh, very similar to when you have your little communions, but it's more alien. It's less recognizable even than what you've observed. Basically here, your struggles are not worthwhile. All live as fuel for the great ones. I will have my dominion in your flesh, is what you hear sort of permeate that idea within your mind. Basan, what do you do?
I'm going to respond.
Sure.
That will be a 23 to hit.
I think that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
We will be using a crippling shot.
And you'll get additional 2d8 because of the captain.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's nice. All right. A 9 and a 1 is a 10. And a 10 is a 20. And an 8. And a 2 is a 30. And now for 2d8.
Oh my.
That ballista damage, baby.
I know, right? That is a 7 and a 5 for a 12 plus 30 is 42 points of damage. And it is crippled.
42 points of damage is nothing to sneeze at. A direct hit in the side of its head, and it groans angrily.
And in that same psionic, there's a sense of, there's your answer.
Fair enough. And you see some of the eyes in your direction, Basan. Fair enough. All right. Lunar Bow sort of like looks around the deck, and he's like, not at you, Basan, but at like different people. He's like, hey, stop it, making it angry. And he like sees some people who are probably doing exactly what you did, Basan. He goes, just stop that. And he is going to stomp on the deck twice. And he's going to use his action to say, no, we're not going to use those. Hold with me just for a moment while the captain does something very helpful, because that's his job. Let's see.
If Bisan recognizes this as an aberration,
It is 100 million fucking percent an aberration. I think a toddler could see that.
right? So come on now. Don't.
No, that's
don't
fair.
respond
That's
to the
fair.
aberration.
That's fair. He's looking through what he could do. No, none of these are very helpful, are they? Okay, this one might be helpful. Action use bonus to see throw. They make equal to rolls. He's going to call over to for however helpful it is. He's going to call over to your ship, Ed. And he's going to say, "Take evasive maneuvers, get out of there!" And you and your ship are going to have an extra D8 to all saving throws. Yep. A D8 to all saving throws until his next turn. And he's going to stomp on the deck to the Spelljammer. He's going to say, "Get us the fuck out of here!" My boy at the front of the ship, he's going to take a shot. And I believe with an 8 plus... Ballista 8 plus 6 is just shy, unfortunately, will not hit. And the Commandant's like, "Blast! Blast!" And the Spelljammer is going to attempt another jump. This time, quite successfully, does make the jump to mid-range. So... Oh, I'm doing this wrong, because we gotta move the other way around. To 250 is mid-range. Oh shit, come on now. Alright, come on everybody. The ship jumps to mid-range. I would say it's also probably not pointed. Or she'll turn the ship about to... She sort of like brings the ship out of the direction, jumps out of the way, and then sort of brings the ship back around using one of her piloting maneuvers. And that will be the ship's action. Which will bring us once more to you, my friend Zalace. What do you wish to do? Muted. You're muted.
I'm sorry. Can you use one of my power dice on disabling shot? So when I make the attack while I expend the dice, and that adds on to that, yeah?
Go for it, yeah. Yeah, I don't know the ship rank stuff off by heart, unfortunately.
So 19 at disadvantage.
19 at disadvantage will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
So, yeah. So, question.
Yep.
As they are firing a ranged attack, and they are in melee, do I get my sneak attack?
You will get your sneak attack, sir. Very, very clever.
Lovely.
So, what did I say? 14. So that's 24 points altogether.
Very good. Yeah, you find that whilst distracted by all of the extra accompaniments, you find that perfect little vulnerable spot, and you fire it in there, and you're going to get a little extra sneak attack. Excellent. Solace, good job. Well done. Is there anything else?
No. I'll lock and load.
Fair enough. Your crew keeps you locked and loaded.
So, with that hit on the disabling shot, he now has disadvantage on the next ability check or next attack roll it makes before the end of my turn.
Understood. All right. So there is going to be A legendary action, it's going to do another crushing tentacle on the Weaver. The Weaver will gain the D8 bonus to its saving throw against the damage, the incoming damage, which will surprisingly save it from the crushing tentacle. The hole holds up a little bit more intensely against the force of the crush, and is only going to take half damage. So rather than the original 21, it's only going to take 10 force damage. So your ship's integrity is still holding out. You're not quite at half there, but you're taking 48 total damage so far. That will bring us to Chaplain's turn. Chaplain, what do you do, my young friend?
Yes. So I guess while I'm there, I'm going to dismount the boar for one.
Okay.
And Chaplin's head kind of tilts to the side a little bit. His eyes start to go gold, and his little window and his little headband opens up, and his gold nugget shines a little bit. And he will cast 30 feet out into space. Will cast Invoke Duplicity. Or not cast, but will invoke Duplicity.
Got it. It's just going to be a little Invoke Duplicity hanging out there.
Yeah, and then I'm going to also move it. I can use my bonus action to move it 30 more feet.
Got it. Whee! Starts flying towards it, I assume?
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm not going to be able to reach where they are now, but it can be. The duplicity can be out there to kind of reach folks as they're on their way back in, hopefully.
Fair enough. And you want to head up to the foredeck, I assume?
Yeah, I'm going to head up to the foredeck and position myself beside the ballista.
All right, I'm going to give you two options here. You can either do it all properly, dismount, climb the ladder, which would be a little slower, or you can risk it, and I'll let you roll me either an acrobatics or animal handling check to try and see if you can get the board to buck you to the top deck and get a little extra speed.
Yeah, let's risk it.
All right, animal handling or acrobatics, your choice.
Okay, animal handling it is. Let's go, Piggy.
That's awesome.
Chaplain is just fucking chaos factory, and I love it.
It doesn't. Hold on, it doesn't want to roll. I'm not. Oh, there it goes. Oh yeah, I got a dirty 20.
For a dirty 20, the boar goes and whoosh, bucks you off the back, and you go flying into the air, but it's not quite enough. And then you look to the left and right, and the two owls grab your shoulders and fly you that extra 5 feet with the momentum they're capable of, and you have a Link holding the chicken and flying kind of moment. And
Chaplain is Mary Poppins.
Chaplain is Mary Poppins, and you land on the top deck. And we'll call that your dismount movement for rule of cool and fun sake.
All right. Do I have any movement left?
Yeah, you got half your movement, which is 15 feet, so you can approach the ballista.
I will make my way to the ballista to prepare to try to monkey with it next round.
Got it. Do you want to monkey with the Commandant's or Zalace's ballista?
Let me get the Zalace's.
All right, you find your way over to Zalace's and prepare to monkey around with it next round. So you're shooting Zalace, you're having a full don't get cocky kid kind of moment. And then you see Chaplain run over with a handful of tools and a manic look on his face, and you're like, oh no. This will either be very good or
Don't damage my box.
Don't damage my box. All right. Meanwhile, funny enough, Mr. Jord, perhaps to your great pleasure of witnessing, I wonder, is he going to try and take you out, or is he going to go after the big ship? He's going to go after the big ship because it's hurting him. So in this turn, your ship is released from the tentacle as it teleports 120 feet closer to the ship. So it releases you and everybody else, to be clear, and goes a wandering.
Good riddance.
So you see the two barbarians just sort of floating around in space. You're released. What do you do?
So first, I'm gonna make sure I catch a pox. I don't know if that was gonna be up for contention.
Fair enough. I do want to do a super, super quick check on something because you, my friend, are currently in the bowels of wild space. So I'm going to just check something real quick. I want to check out the air envelope and make sure how we're doing over there. So the keel is 130. So we're going to do it like this. Because this is pretty important for your sake.
I was wondering about that. Like,
I thought
did
it
it
was
count
10
the
rounds.
week?
Yeah, so
Okay.
basically, and this is good for you all to know, because you would have all been taught this by the captain. Every ship, or everything really, has what is known as an air envelope. And that is equal to, from the bow and the back, I don't know, sorry, I'm not a super ship guy. It is equal to, like, there's the keel on one side and the keel on the other side. So this giant sphere represents the air envelope of the ship. Should you exit that air envelope, you have 1 minute of air out in wild space because you have your own personal air envelope as well. If you want to refresh that air envelope, you must return to the ship. And it is worth pointing out, if your ship remains out at wild space sea for too long, that air envelope, like, all that air is going to start to go stale, and eventually you will suffocate. So it's very important that ships return to planets or larger stations to refresh their air envelopes of air. So you can only stay out in space for so long before you will, suffocate and die. So that's the basics of air envelope. So as a note, Ed, you have spent, at the end of this turn, that will be 1 turn you've spent in wild space for your air envelope. You have 10 turns before you run out of air. And that goes for Apoxy, the dragon, the other dragonborn.
Actually,
I do not require air.
nor does Etherith.
So forget everything I just said.
It's
so
just you, buddy.
So you, Ed, and the Dragonborn have 1 minute of air. I don't know if you would know about the dragon's air qualities, but you probably think that Apoxy's fine being a robot. But you are aware of that air envelope mechanic. Is that everyone should have a minute. Yep.
Well,
Anyway, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and collect all the people that can't fly, and
Okay.
And I'm gonna be using my arcane drive after I catch them to double my speed and get closer to the ship. But
Got
I'm
it.
gonna
So-
stay parallel with the void thing. That way, like, in case it sees me going faster, maybe I'll catch its attention on there.
Got
You
it.
know,
So, all right, got it. So, 30, then 25. You're at 55 feet. You're now at half speed because you got 2 people ladening your ship. So from your remaining 45 feet, you'll have 20 left. Your 20 doesn't quite get you to Ephrith, but then you'll arcane drive and get some speed back. So you'll have an additional 50 feet. 5 feet gets you to Ephrith, who clings onto the front of the nose of your ship. So you've collected everyone at that point. And you can use your last 45, start heading back towards the air envelope. And that will be your turn if that works for you.
Yeah, that works for me.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. So your ship is currently laden with a bunch of just space wanderers. People who are just checking out what it's like out there.
Thank you, Pilot Ed.
Yeah, everyone says that in unison except Ephrith, who goes, thank you, Ed. God.
Thank me, yeah.
There we go. I was trying to get the size working again, but it was playing with me. Okay, fantastic. Well done, Ed. All right, Apoxy, you are clinging to the ship in your sort of
I'm jumping to
barbarian
it.
rage. You want to jump at it? You want to go after it?
I'm gonna pounce on it.
All right, you sort of kick off from the ship, go sailing through wild space. That's astral sea. So you'll just kind of drift, I guess, there, as you are weightless. But it is a big creature. It is a big creature. So I'm gonna say that you do grab it with your speed. What's your total speed right now?
30 right now.
30. I'm just gonna say that it's fine. You get it, because it is very large. It is a very large entity. Yeah, it's fine. We'll say that you cling onto the back. And at the end of your movement, as you float through space, you manage to grapple onto the side of it.
I'm gonna try to take out one of its tentacles.
All right, you grab one of its tentacles and start biting into it. Go for it.
Ooh. Oh.
You're attacking
I'm
recklessly?
gonna reckless. Yeah.
Go for it. Go for it. And to be clear, you're usually supposed to.
Not 20.
Oh, very good. Go ahead and roll the damage. In the future, though, make sure to declare reckless before your attacks.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
That's
I
totally
didn't know
cool.
about that.
Totally cool. No problem. No problem at all.
Radical. What is my bites? All right, these.
Oh, geez, why are you so high?
I'm gonna be rolling 2d8. First one. Oh. Wait, sorry. How do crits work? Just roll 2 dice.
Basically, you take the maximum possible damage of the attack that you were going to roll, and then you roll all the dice once more. So you take max possible damage, and then you do one more roll of all the dice involved.
Okay. So it'll be 10 plus 14 total piercing, I believe. Yeah, piercing damage.
All right. So that is the maximum possible damage plus the additional roll.
Yes.
All right. 18 damage. Very, very good. Well done. 14 ain't bad by any standard. You grab a tentacle and sink your jaw satisfyingly right into the tentacle.
Does the rage add a bonus to that attack?
It should add a +2, I believe. I think you get a +2 bonus to rage damage.
Is that separate from proficiency, or because I'm doing a bite attack?
Yeah, and that should work. I think it's as long as you use a strength-based melee attack, you get the bonus rage damage, which is in the barbarian rage feature. It should list
So
it.
16 total.
Sweet, +2. That is this cosmic horror is looking a little hurt. Not enough to start trying to run away, but a little hurt. Is there anything else?
That'll be my turn.
All right, this guy on your ship has got to hold on to your ship, and I think is going to continue to just do so, and is going to hold an action for whenever the time is right. So that will be his turn. Marsh Voidlight and the dragon Etherith. What would you like to do, my friend?
Okay, there's been some moving around, so let me just double check the range. How far is the horror from me?
How far is the horror from you? We're gonna call that 160. No, we'll call that 155.
Damn, that's just out of longbow range.
Sorry to say.
Oh well, disadvantage it is. Let's do this.
All right.
Uh, 18.
That'll hit. Roll me some damage.
Uh, 11 piercing damage.
Very nice. Another bolt in its side. Still strong, but it's bloodied. It's bloodied. You're doing a good job. Good chip damage. Anything else?
How far is Etherith from the horror? As he is currently perched on top of the Weaver.
As I did with Apoxy, I'd say we'll call it 30 feet. This is supposed to be a really big sized platform.
Move him about 20 feet closer then.
Okay, takes off.
But maybe slightly not in the same place that Epoxy is, planning to use breath, and I don't want to hit friendly fire.
Got it. So you want to go 30 feet closer, you said?
Yeah. Just out of its attack range, we're close enough so I can blast it.
I see. You want to be out of its attack range, but be able to blast it. So out of that 30-foot range, which isn't too much, we'll say like here. This is just shy of the attack range, but in range of attack.
Cool. I shall use the cold breath,
Hell yeah! Let me make that con save.
which I'm sure you'll succeed on.
Surprisingly, fails by 1 point, but it will use a legendary resistance to succeed instead.
Okay. Dash my hopes away. Alright, it's 3d8s. Let me roll those. That is 16. You resisted, so 8.
8. It'll take only the 8 cold damage as one of the tentacles gets up in time to kind of block it, but it'll still take the damage through the tentacle.
And
Right.
I'll use whatever remains of my movement just to retreat a little bit.
God, I should have like 10 feet, so let's say we back up like
Yeah.
that much.
Just a little bit.
Very
Yeah,
good. Yeah, Ephrath. Awesome. Ephrath takes his first attack against an enemy. Fantastic first battle. Okay, that's gonna bring us to the cosmic horde here. So Zolace, you hit him. What was it again? I think did you give him half movement or it was disadvantage on the next attack roll, right?
Disadvantage on ability check or attack roll before the end of my turn. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. We want to check something here. Not quite what we were hoping for. Not quite what it wants to do. I think it's going to lash a tentacle at you again, Apoxy, because it's got advantage on you and your little pesky fly. That is going to be. What was that?
I'm like a bug, a bed bug or whatever, a flea.
A little bit, just shy of a nat 20, very close, but just shy. I think that's going to be a, it's a 30 something. It's just going to make my life easy. That's going to
damage
be
or attack?
Attack.
Oh, thank
At
goodness.
disadvantage. Wow.
That's right, disadvantage. It rolls another 19, I'm afraid to say. Double 19.
Okay. I can live with the not critical.
That's going to be 19 points of force damage to you, Apoxy, as it crumples you into its tentacle.
I'm looking hurt.
But you're still up. Impressive. Very impressive. But you are grappled in one of its many tentacles. And then it is going to move forward 100 feet. Oh no, we don't want the dragon. Sorry, you're not on the fun ride. It's going to be another 100 feet forward. Oh my god. This is not good. It moves 100 feet forward, and then it's going to spend one of its tentacle attacks on the little floating golden thing. Actually, it's going to try and bite the little gold guy. It's going to, as it's like looming forward, it's going to go right in the path and like open its jaw to bite down. And on a modified 20, I assume that'll hit your little guy. Muted. Still muted.
Who?
The duplicity.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it would hit it, but hitting it doesn't do anything.
All right, so it crunches down and it assumes it had a really great snack, but then anyone who's behind, including Apoxy, the Cosmic Horde will just see like a little chaplain illusion sort of appear out the back of its head and go, huh. And the thing assumes that it ate. It had a nice little snack, but you know. And then it's going to take its last tentacle attack on. The ship is right there. Let's see. Oh, just shy of range though. Just shy of tentacle range. And it can't attack you again because you're in its tentacle, Apoxy. So I think it's just going to attack the side of the hull of the ship. And the ship is not. And the ship is yeah. Ooh, that's going to be not very good. Only a 16 to hit. Let's see. The ship has an AC of 15, unfortunately. So the ship will take... The hull itself is actually going to take 18 force damage, and one of the tentacles does sort of, with its spines, latch and grapple onto the side of the actual ship. Just grapples onto it and holds onto the ship. That is going to bring us to Basan's turn. Your ship has... You feel the lurch as the ship is hit with one of those tentacles and the spines grapple to the side of it. What do you do?
How far away is it?
Far enough that you can shoot a mangonel at it.
That's what I wanted to know.
Okay, go for it.
Don't fuck me, don't fuck me, don't fuck me.
Don't fuck me, kill.
Dirty 20.
That'll hit. Roll some damage.
Crippling shot again.
Crippling shot. Oh boy, this is a tense fight.
All right. We have a 10 and a 9 is a 19 and a 1 is a 20 and a 6 is 26 and a 6 is 32 and 4
Yep.
is 36.
36, and that's not including the 2d8 from before. Yeah.
I still have that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. So that was only for the one round.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't roll that at all. That was just the 5d10.
Just making sure. And you said 35?
36.
36.
36. 36. All right. Another fucking direct hit. Like 5 eyes from the side of it is looking at that mangonel, and you get the sense that it's got your number at this point. It's like, okay, we need to stop with the mangonel at this point. I'm getting a headache is generally what you think its internal monologue is. Indeed, you hear probably in your head something along the lines of, "Your stones and primitive resistances will not stop the coming of the true masters of the universe." And that will be that. Bringing us to the captain, who says, "We've got it on the ropes." Anyway, and he's going to again use his action to hit all of my artillerists, including Uzelace, and he is going to do focus fire, take a shot, and all of you are going to get an additional 2d8 damage to your next successful attack, as long as it's before his next turn. Okay, so that is going to be the captain. He's gonna stomp on the deck and he's gonna say, get us out of this, Spelljammer! I gotta do the rest of the guys. So, the Commandant will attack now, and he says, "Come on, go, son of a bitch!" And he slams on the top of the ballista, and it fires off, and it hits true. And he goes, "Yes!" It's going to be, what do we got here? Some d10s and some d8s. Those are d6s, that's the wrong size dice. Yay, d10, yep, and, oh no! And, that last one, there we go. It's gonna be plus nothing. That's gonna be 10, 14, 17 points of piercing damage from the Commandant. The Spelljammer is going to try and unlatch the ship from the hold of the Horror. She rolls pretty darn good. She had to use a maneuver, one of her piloting maneuvers to do so, but she is able to unlatch the grapple, and she is going to she's going to keep the ship in position though, so it doesn't take any opportunity attacks. Yeah, she'll do that. Makes sense. And she's going to attempt to jump next turn. Zalace, you have been given the focused fire command. You have some extra damage if you hit.
Okay, so
I am right next to it.
can I hold my turn to let Chaplin do his thing, and then once he's done, I'll take my shot?
Absolutely. You can
Please.
hold your action, you load it up, you align it, and you wait for Chaplain.
No.
No?
And with that, I will I'll use disabling shot on that, so I get the extra.
Okay, go for it. Take your attack roll. I believe you're well within standard range at this point.
So are we saying, sorry, Chaplain isn't going to do anything on the ballista?
No.
Okay.
What I can do on the ballista isn't that great to begin with, and I have bigger priorities for the
Yeah,
next.
that's fine. That's 19 to hit.
19 will hit. I'll give some damage.
So with sneak attack and the 2d8 and the come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
10, 20, 26, 30, 39.
39 damage. Not bad. 39 damage. This is very bloodied. The horror is really hurt. You get the sense you just need one final push to send it over the edge to defeat this great horror. Is there anything else, Celeste?
Nope, that's everything I can. No. How far is it from me? Just out of curiosity.
It's about 70 feet.
No, okay. That's too far. Okay, no, nothing.
All right,
Thank you.
Chaplain, you see this great horror. Actually, speaking of great horror, it's going to do something very mean. No, it's gotta wait. It's gotta wait on that one. Yeah, it's gotta wait on that one.
I see where he was going. I didn't like that.
What are we gonna do? That hurt a lot. I'm gonna roll a little check here, see where this guy is going. If he's going to the back or the front, who's more annoying to it? I think Basan has definitely proven herself a very mean lady, and is going to teleport right atop the foredeck, which would have been a great move. Also, of course, releasing you as it does so because it's a teleport epoxy, so you're just kind of floating. Actually, as it drops you, you kind of fall down to about here as you merge with the ship's gravity plane. So it's kind of like you're bobbing in the like you're in wild space, but you're just kind of, it's almost like you're bobbing.
I'm falling. Oh, never mind.
And then gravity just kind of catches you. You're like, oh no, and you kind of, you're like, oh, okay, cool. And your sensors are like gravity plane identified, basically. Yeah, so here is it with all of its tentacles. Okay, Chaplain, what are you doing, buddy?
Yeah. How far is Apoxy away from the real Chaplain right now?
Apoxy is... Real Chaplain is right...
Chaplain, don't worry about me.
It's right there.
Get you.
We're going to call that 95 feet.
Perfect. Okay. Let's move Duplicity Chaplain to Apoxy.
Okay.
And
It does so. You see Chaplain flying at you.
Ah,
And
my
I
guardian.
will say Cure Wounds.
Thank
the
you.
little illusion, sort of like the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie, where like Adam Warlock and Star-Lord do the like whatever it is from the how do I not remember this?
I understand the reference.
Yeah, the the Adam and God or whatever.
Michelangelo, Birth of Man.
Yeah, the
Boom.
Birth of Man. Just like in the middle of wild space, touches your finger and you're healed
Chaplain.
for
9. But I did use
9 healing.
I did use inspiration, so
Fair enough.
I'll take anything I can get.
I can use that to reroll healing, right?
Inspiration? I don't believe so, no. It's for attack roll, saving throws, and ability checks.
In that case, 6.
You reroll
Oh,
ones,
okay.
though, just so you know.
No, it wasn't. It was a 2.
Alright, so 6 healing to
6 healing,
Apoxy.
Yep.
All right.
All right, and that's going to be my turn.
Alright then. Very good, very good. That'll bring us to Mr. Jord aboard the Weaver. Two of your allies have absconded, which means you're back to full speed. You've had one turn go by, but I assume we're not going to have to worry about that for much longer. What would you like to do?
Okay, and how far away from the ship am I?
Alright. So if you wanted to land on the ship, per se, at the closest possible range, we'll call that 210.
Yeah. And how far away from the Void Horror am I? Oh, fuck yeah.
You are. We'll call that 245. 245.
Okay, and if I wanted to arcane drive close enough to give my dragon homie a little bit of oomph to do some sort of Drax like launch him, can I do that?
I think that makes perfect sense to me. Absolutely. He held an action after all.
Arcane drive takes me to 300 speed, so I'm gonna use as much of that as I need to sort of.
You want to crash into him?
No, not that too close there. I wanna, yeah, right there, launch him off.
Got it. And you know what? He is a barbarian, and he is a high level one at that. So he is going to get a special barbarian feature, which is, I think it's called airdrop, where basically he becomes like a missile, like a human missile.
There we go. This is the first hot tag right here. We're hot tag, which is where
absolutely
right.
There we go.
Please hold for. Yeah, it's called airdrop. So he holds his action, and you go to like top speed, and then you just like at the last second like turn the ship and just like slingshot him off of the back, and he just goes firing through wild space. And he is going to use the airdrop feature to jump off of the moving vehicle. The speed is of his long jump's maximum distance, and increased by half of the vehicle or mount's current speed. Oh yeah, so you fucking rocket this guy like 100 feet, like through wild space at this guy, and he's like, brings the axe over his head. He couldn't be happier. Ooh, that doesn't make me. I need to go back through my features because some of the stuff doesn't make sense. So you only need to be. He'd like work with you too. He'd be like, okay, hit me, and then you, and then fire him 100 feet off the back of your ship. And he is just going to full Drax the Destroyer into the side of this thing.
And I'll use my remaining speed to get close to Apoxy.
Got it. I just need to grab my boy here.
It's okay.
Wherever I put him. Oh no, he's in wild space.
I've gone myself.
Okay. Goes flying into the side of it. He's going to take his action to do another axe chop into the side of him. That's going to be a hit. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's going to be 11 plus. It's going to be. That is going to be 16 points of slashing damage as he throws himself into the side of the horror and starts slap. Very Hulk versus Surtur in Ragnarok. Just and so he's just like clinging to the side, just like in the side of it, just going fucking berserk. This black dragonborn is just menacing the side of him. Is there anything else you'd like to do there, Mr. Jord? You should have quite a bit of speed left.
Yeah, I would use the rest of the speed to just get closer towards Apoxy and what's his name, Chaplain. So I don't want to be right on the ship, and like if I can, I'm gonna have it so it's like that. That way I can have an eye on thingy.
Excellent.
That's my
Yeah, you would have like
last
200 over, and then you have like 100 to dip down under Apoxy with the Arcane Drive. How many points of Arcane Drive do you got left? I think you've only used 2 to dash. Yeah, you got 1 left. Okay, cool. Excellent, excellent. Which will bring us indeed to Apoxy. The ship sort of floats underneath you, and you step on to Ed George Weaver. What do you do? You're muted. Muted. There you go.
How far is the observer?
The creature thing is quite a ways away.
Okay. I'm gonna ready in action to attack it.
All right.
Oh yeah.
You step down onto it, and you just kind of just get ready for some munchies. Fair enough.
Ed, launch me too.
Launch me too. All right, that'll bring us to our warrior guy sitting on the back with his axe, and he's just gonna start going. You know, in Smash Bros, when you get the hammer, it's like it's basically gonna start doing that with an axe. It's gonna go to work, chopping some wood. Natural 20, miss, and a hit. That is going to be 4, 5 is 9 plus 12 is 21 damage, and 12 was 26. And so that's going to be 32 points of damage as he just starts chopping and hacking away. It's barely hanging on, and it is deeply regretting. It says, you all hear permeating in your mind, it says, "You fools! You live only to feed the great old ones. By Hadar, I will consume this ship." And that will bring us to Mr. Voidlight's turn. Mr. Voidlight, what would you like to do?
It's kind of slow so I can actually see the thing.
You certainly know where it is. You can't see it from your current position, but
Yeah.
it's big enough that you can probably find yourself a nook or cranny to get yourself there.
Well, as long as I can find a plot spot to shoot it, I don't mind.
Okay. To get into position, why don't we say you just like go flying through the cabins to like
Yeah.
get into position? Because it's going to be longer to go up and down. So you just kind of smash open a door, go running through the crew deck, smash through the captain's quarters. Sorry, captain. Poof, through his other door. You come around, drop to a knee, draw an arrow, and you can just barely see him through here, but he's big enough that you're not going to have any cover issues. Go ahead and take a shot.
No. 9.
You hit
My
the side of the
moment-
mast, unfortunately.
My moment taken away from me. After I'll just have dash back towards the ship. They're well outside of range to do anything.
Fair enough. 80 feet will start making his way. No problem. Roll the d6, see if he gets his breath weapon back, just in case.
Yeah, I feel about that. G6. No.
No, unfortunately not. That will bring us to the Observer. This is going to suck, folks. This is going to not feel great. In this moment, you start to feel, especially you, Basan, begin to feel something within the force of the astral sea, these what you and your kind have come to know as psionics, but basically the latent power of the astral sea that permeates around all conscious minds. You feel it begin to vibrate within that force itself. You feel it indeed is a being of great psionic capability as well in this moment. You have like a oh no moment, and it is going to permeate out psychic whispers in a 60-foot cone. I'm gonna need Dragon Boy, Hassan, all the 4 crew members surrounding, and the captain to all make wisdom saving throws against its psychic whispers.
$17.
One save amongst the loading crew. I'm gonna say it's this elf fella. A captain, and you roll 17. That's a failure, I'm afraid. And the captain... Come on, Captain! He rolls a natural 20. He saves. My man. My man. Alright, the damage is as follows. Ugh, that's a lot of damage. You, Basan, are going to take 41 points of psychic damage.
She's immediately dead.
Well, you're a Gith, aren't you? You have resistance.
Oh, that's right, I am. So I'm immediately down.
You're down, so you take 20 points of damage, and you fall prone.
Never mind. I am barely up.
Okay, got it. I need to go check on some stat blocks here. Nope, that is not his stat block. Much more reasonable. These two plasmoids go down. No, know their status. The elves... this one goes down, the other stays on their feet. Just double check that. Nope, I am mistaken. This one goes down as well. So the whole Mangonel crew falls down. Big guy up top, forgot to roll for him. He doesn't save, but he is still alive. And the captain saved, so he's going to take 20 damage and still be quite alive. Okay. That'll bring us to Basan. Basan, I need you to roll me a death saving throw, please.
I still have 1 hit point.
Oh, you're up. Okay, you're still up. What would you like to do as you are still up? Your loading crew is all down, so the Mangonel is currently unoperational unless you want to start spending... It takes 5 actions to fire it. So...
No, we're going to go to the... All right. I'm gonna take a shot with my crossbow, and then I'm gonna run like fuck.
All right. Go for it.
No, I'm rolling this dice. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Let's go. Roll that damage.
I believe I'm gonna be rolling 3d8. Let me just check because it's a light crossbow. Yeah, it's gonna be 3d8 plus 1. So 1, 2, and 3. All right, an 8 and a 6 and a 2 is a 16. Plus 2 is an 18, and I'm going to start running like fuck elsewhere. If there's any cover to be had, I'm taking it.
Hey, Basan. Before you go, do you want to action search?
Yeah, that's super smart, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the reminder.
No problem.
I probably should have second winded, but I'm a fucking idiot.
You can second wind still, that's a bonus action.
I thought it was an action. Holy shit.
Nope, bonus action.
Bonus action, second win, motherfuckers!
Yeah,
Sorry.
roll it up.
I'm so
No
excited.
problem.
I'm so excited. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. No, not that one. This one. Okay. Whew. No, this is much better. I mean, it's a little better. It's not much better. I'm sorry. Let's not get excited here. But that was nice. So 7 plus 3 is 10. Let me actually do this. Oh, holy shit. That was not nearly as bad as I thought it was. I actually am better than I thought I was.
Okay. Good
So,
stuff.
plus 10. I'm sorry, I thought I was a different character. I actually had more hit points. Not by that many, but like it fucked me up. We're not playing,
I was surprised.
right?
I was like, 20 is gonna. That's it.
No. I thought I was somebody else.
No
I'm
problem.
not that person. It's cool, but it still took more than half my hit points. Right, let hurt. Yeah. So now we're gonna action surge,
All right.
which is going to give me an extra attack, I believe.
That's right. You get one. Well, it gives you a full extra action to utilize.
Yeah.
You can use that
So-
however you want.
Yeah, I'm shooting.
All right.
That is a 17, but plus shit. Let me check. It's reasonable. Plus 3, 17, dirty 20.
So, you sort of like quickly panic, grab your crossbow, fire at it, and it takes the pain. It continues to speak with all of your minds. You know not what you. And you're sort of. We have that sort of Sherlock Holmes game of Shadow moment where the guy, when they're like running through the tree line, the guy's like gonna take that last shot, and you see him like slow down the world as he. You see Bassan like loading up, second winding, bring up the shot, load it. How do you kill Cosmic Horror?
So in that same Sherlock Holmesian moment where everything is dead still and silent, she looks up and looks in that main eye, and psionically, in deep speech, says, "No." With no emotion, no particular, just
Yeah.
no, and
cold.
squeezes the trigger.
All right. You squeeze the trigger. The first bolt did hurt it. Didn't sink all the way through the thick hide because it's thick hide, but it did make a passage. And if you could just shoot that one bolt, you could probably lodge your bolt even deeper into its membrane. And so you do. You fire it. It splits the original bolt, shooting the shrapnel of the original bolt's point deeper into its head, and the bolt itself getting more velocity. And it takes that one shot. Or maybe you find like a large gaping wound from the Dragonborns just like carving away. You shoot right through it into its juicy flesh, and as you fire into it, all of the like 10 eyes across its face just instantly roll back, and its skin goes completely white instantaneously, like when you kill a squid. Like when you like take out a squid, its body just goes completely white instantaneously. The whole thing just eyes roll back and it goes white and just kind of.
And she smiles.
In fact, actually what happens is you smile and the Dragonborn jumps off and like grabs onto the post, and because it's not using its psionic abilities to float anymore, it falls, fucking crushes the mangonel underneath its huge weight, and then falls off the back of the ship. So unfortunately it does take out your mangonel, but a small price to pay for the defeat of this magnificent creature. And the crew lets out a hearty, "Ah, we did it!" The captain goes, "The victory is ours!" And there's a huge scream of victory from the crew. The battle is won. The enemy is destroyed. You've done it.
Can I get to the aft deck as quickly as possible?
Sure, you run to the aft deck. For what purpose, I might ask?
And offer to start with a healing word to pop everybody up who's down.
Make me a medicine check to figure out who to target first.
19.
19. You run there and you quickly recognize that 3 out of 4 are dead. Just straight up done.
All the way
This
dead?
one is on death saves, and you can pop a healing word and save at least one of them.
Oh, well, if it's just one that's on death saves, I'll just use a spare the dying cantrip.
All right, and they sort of go stable, which is excellent.
And then we'll
But the other
gather
3 are done.
everybody around, including Bisan and whoever else got hurt. Epoxy when they get over. And we'll do a 10-minute prayer of healing.
Yeah, let's take a
All
short
right.
rest.
So immediately, everyone's like in the throes of victory, and Chaplain's like, "Now let us pray." and takes everybody's hand and is like, no, glitter gold, great. Or you can say whatever you want. You'd be like, Orcus, great and powerful. And just, everyone's like, what? As you start, and it will function for your god, per being a trickstery god. But you can, I'll tell you what, you tell us, Chaplain, what is as you gather around the wounded to pray to your god for revitalization and vitality, what does your prayer sound like?
Right. Oh, horrible and most destructive Grumsh. We beseech thee now in our hour of need. Please bring health to my friends and family.
Incredible. I think all of the elves being, Grumsh being like specifically an enemy of the elves, this being an elven ship, they're like, what? No. They're like, no. And then when they are healed, they're like, oh no. They're like a little confused as to what to do. They're like, part of them wants to be thankful that you healed them and did that virtuous thing, but also, Grumsh? You heard it here first? So they all kind of uncomfortably wander away.
Before
I said my
Ed,
things.
oh, sorry. But I just want to clarify, before Ed and Epoxy got there, Ed would do like 3 fast, just like 360s around the ship, just checking if any random damage that's visual from outside.
He's gonna buzz the tower. Come on now.
Get in there.
So you're, sorry, what exactly are you doing, Ed?
Ed's just gonna like circle around the Spelljammer, just go almost out of habit, just making sure there's no damage around the ship and no one noticed or anything. And
Got it. Why don't you make me? Are you proficient with carpenter's tools?
I am proficiency.
May I?
Well, hang on. We're gonna stick with Jord for a sec. So, what was that, Jord? Are you proficient with carpenter's tools?
No, just Smithers tools, thieves tools, tinker's tools, and woodcarver's tools.
Wood carving is more for like small items, like it's more artistic than like building. So I'll say just roll me like a flat intelligence check.
Okay, cool. I like
to observe the exterior. But yeah, you guys see the Weaver sort of fly around the ship, and everyone's like, woo! But they don't really know what Ed's doing.
That's 15 plus, you said flat intelligence, 3? 18?
18? You do recognize the 18 points of damage to the wood hull, like right here. There's like some rather large spine marks, and there's some wood adrift in the gravity plane that got ripped off by the spines of the enemy. The mangonel's fucked. Like it's repairable, but at the current time it's unoperational because the massive tonnage of the thing fell on top of it and smashed it. But other than that, the ship seems to be in good order.
Okay, cool.
What did you want to do, Apoxy?
I was basically going to do the same thing, or just give him the help action.
Understood. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off from your help. Was there anything else, Jordan?
Oh no, that would be it. He'd make a mental note of that and save it for when like repair time starts.
Fair enough. Anybody else have anything they want to do in the aftermath of the battle? It is worth noting that the captain is like, maybe not the plasmoids because they're literally just like jelly puddles at this point. He's not like like scooping the group up, but he is like with the elf, and he is like saying like a quiet prayer to the astral, the gods of the elves, and like closing his eyes, and sort of like, despite the victory, is like looking disappointed at the loss of life.
I'm gonna call. Obviously, I assume Ethelrith is flying back of his own accord anyway, but
yeah,
I'm gonna, just out of Varsh's personal paranoia, he's gonna consult the orrery to make sure nothing else is coming. He takes those threats seriously.
Fair enough. Make me a survival, or well, you're a ranger. I'm sure you want survival. Make me a survival check.
Can do. That is a 23.
23. You observe it, and as you like sort of start, you go over to the oar. She hands it to you, and you kind of like start like really magnified, and then you sort of begin to demagnify until you could find like the next astral body, celestial body, threat, whatever. There's nothing in your general vicinity. Nothing that is anywhere. Oh, you've got something like maybe a couple hours away in the direction of the nearest celestial body. So like if you were here, how do I put this? Because you guys went to the edge of the system, so you would note that the nearest planetary body is a planet called Hecatha, which basically looks like a top. You know when in Inception,
Yeah.
Leo's little spinny thing.
Yeah.
It looks like that. The planet looks like that, and that is the nearest planet to you right now.
Gotcha.
Between you and there is some kind of threat, but other than that, and certainly not in the immediate vicinity. Like it's not going to fall on you
Okay.
anytime soon, but it is in your path if you were to go in that direction. Just so you know.
Gotcha.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yep, please. I'm gonna jump down and jump on Chaplin's large bore and go to the back of the ship. Just because I feel like it's about time that it is one of his animals. But then I would like to see how far the horror is off the end of the ship. Obviously, it's
just sort of
there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just sort of floating in the ship's gravity plane as of now, and the ship isn't moving. So nobody's really decided what to do yet. Everyone's either reveling in the victory or despairing at the loss at the current time. But yeah, it's just sort of floating there off the back.
Okay, yeah, I'll just join the rest of the guys at the back while we wait
Got
inside.
Understood. I'm not going to move all the minis, but like basically the whole crew of the 21 individuals, including the Fallen, have all gathered on the aft deck to sort of celebrate the great victory. Anybody else have anything they want to do in the immediate moment? Okay. Ed Jord, do you land? Yep, you land. You get out. There's people like patting your back, Ed, because of your flying and very visual your flight skills. And you get off. People are patting your back. It's like the end of Top Gun. Yeah, the Spelljammer Loretti Suthra sort of approaches you, and she goes, "You could be my wingman anytime." And you guys like have one of those.
And Ed's of course just being like, yeah, just some turns there, pretty choppy, underplaying everything.
Yeah, you're like, whatever,
yeah,
man. Like,
just some things.
Ed,
you're being cool.
Pretty sturdy. What's that, Apoxy?
that was phenomenal work. Keep it up.
Oh yeah, it just you really inspired me there. Really kept me in there. Are you okay? You were like just floating.
Don't
all
worry, I
over
can
the
patch
place.
myself up.
All right, well, just let me know if you need something. It was not, and probably like Edo
If
probably.
anything, I can assist you with the ship and the
Oh,
repairs.
that'd be awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I'll find you, and I'm gonna go do my inspection and all that. For sure.
All right. I'll be in Salus's quarters fixing myself up in the meantime.
Fantastic. All right, I'm gonna check something really quick here, because well, actually, you know what? We're overdue for it anyway. Why don't we take our break? So in the wake of this battle, we'll take our break, and me, being the NPCs, will plot our course to whatever is going to happen next.
Nice work, team.
Good
That
job,
was
team.
scary.
Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Master Zalus, nice
Yes.
shots.
Thank you very much, Boxy. Appreciate it.
And Basad, oh, Basad is not here. All right, I will take my leave.
All right, we'll be back soon enough. That's 16. That's 2. Why did I do that?
about that. I'm back. Dog turns 10 this year. He's got like double the piss breaks now. So I get it.
I've got a 10-year-old bulldog. I get it.
Yeah. My guy's a little Frenchie. He's a 10-year-old Frenchie now. And he's a carrot. Man, this was sick.
This was a crazy battle.
We got kind of like a cool Han Chewie combo building with this Weaver.
With the Weaver.
Weaver.
It's working out. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I was like, that's. I try not to like ever think of like, oh man, it'd be cool if this happens because it never happens, right? Like it's always like opposite of what you predict. But the slingshot was something I was like, okay, with enough melee people in this party, this has to happen.
I really wanted to be flung like a catapult, but it wasn't me.
It's a really cool take on the because it's the beast barbarian you're rolling, right, with the animal part.
Yeah.
That's a really cool sick record.
Yeah. Did you see my mini?
Yeah. I saw your mini. That looks awesome. I love the purple.
I wanted to give it like a. I forget what the snout. I wanted to give it like a snout, but
it's a little tricky with Hero Force to do dimensions like that.
But yeah, basically, look, the body is just proportion. I wanted to add a like, you know, those really long rat tails on the hair. That's just a big. Yeah, I wanted to make that more of the tail, but.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I can kind of see what you. I like the snout and that with the tail all came on because I usually like maybe it's just projecting myself, but Hero Forge is always 85 to 90% exactly what I want, but then like everything else gets a little different. So I my brain immediately added that like a kind of I at first almost thought like a scorpion tail, like you know, how it, like hangs over forward or something.
Yeah, like over the head or whatever.
Yeah, like a curl, or like because their proportions remind me, or maybe it's just a stance, but xenomorphs. You know, they got that crazy tail.
Yes. Aliens. Oh my god, I love it. Oh, but yeah, for the most part, I did get Epoxy's image set.
I just gave Ed like he's supposed to have like a mix of very sci-fi, but it's like a little jumpsuit, and that's it. Like that's it. He's got that going.
Sorry, who?
For Ed, he has I went for like a little jumpsuit with his look.
Oh yeah.
Like a little zip up thing. But...
I love Ed. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, I've been telling myself I've been trying to main a fun, friendly guy because I've had too many angsty dudes. I was like, all right, dude, enough. Let's have someone who can like, I don't know, I like stuff like the initial RP with like all the animals showing up. I can get lost in that stuff for like 45 minutes out of just a stupid little scene like that. Like that's what I look for.
Micromanaging is too hard.
All of this. Oh no, it's
yeah.
I'm I'm definitely shaky as an artificer. So never like anyone at the table. If you want to be like, dumbass, do this. By all means, tell me. Like as I'll learn and develop its identity, but
artificers are so cool.
They are.
Artificers are so cool.
I did like that everyone was like, well, you'll be liked by your part. It'll be hard to be disliked, and I was like, okay, cool. I love that. I mean,
this is very specifically a perfect campaign for an artificer, but just generally speaking, artificers are cool as fuck.
No, that's sick.
I also love
Yeah,
how
that's what I felt too.
I love how we formed a bond between Epoxy and Ed.
Yeah.
Just
Absolutely.
like partners in crime.
No, yeah, I was like, I was definitely being like, yeah, this is like a perfect Chewy Han sort of like, and one's like a robot instead of like a furry guy, and that's like a rock dude. Yeah, I think it was cool.
Oh, it's
I
good
mean,
news.
eventually someone's gonna think you made me.
Yeah. Well, like, Ed's made a lot of stuff. Yeah, like, no, this was like a perfect first fight for this campaign too, because
Yeah.
like. I was gonna join my like all my games to get like a schedule read through. Me and Dave we're like this, like we're best friends. We basically grew up on the internet together. And so they were really like, you gotta join this game. And I'm like, dude, I'm there. As soon as I read it, I was like, please. And I had been wanting to do like a little
Sorry, I didn't
Star
catch
Wars
who.
thing. So it's been fun.
I didn't catch who. Who you
Oh,
said?
me and Varsh. We're
Oh yeah, I'm also in another campaign with
I
Nathan,
was in
was it?
yeah, Nathan. I was in the beginning of that one. I was
Really?
Yeah.
an OG wild card.
Whoa. What were
Fingers crossed.
you?
I played Durain.
I do remember
he's a
that
lot of
name.
fun. And I think right now Lexi told me that they're carrying his armor in case he shows up.
Yeah,
But,
repurposing.
which
You
I
gotta
hope so.
repurpose.
I hope to. That campaign was awesome. Just like perfect. I really like that one.
It's going crazy.
It,
I
yeah,
messed up. My character messed up. And we're in
no
trouble.
such thing. No such thing. That's just the story.
Oh no, within the story.
Oh, sick. I think I actually heard about it because was that the thieves story name?
Yeah, the Winging
Yeah.
Kiss Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
Automatically, you guys created like the hardest boss fight so far in the campaign.
And that was simply because of a simple dice roll of getting dung dropped on me and going into an alleyway while I was drunk in a city or town that was more or less like Chicago.
Yes, I remember this.
First thing Nate
yes.
said was, "Oh no, my bard might die," and I was like, "No, no."
I was concerned for Farlight's self safety.
I
And he just
personally
whips
told
out
me you got,
invisibility.
and I love that it's not like a bard to like cast buffs or support. No, it's to
He's
to
my
spread the
PR guy.
tale. Our PR.
I freaking love the NPCs in that game. Farlight and what was her name? I have her name here.
Winterbow. Syndra Winterbow.
I know her by Zidra.
Yeah, no problem.
Winterbow. I'm gonna add that now.
I love that she's still chilling there, dude.
Yeah.
She's
really carrying us.
She's a proper member of the party now. She gets cut out the loot and everything.
Dude, awesome.
No salary anymore. She gets a cut.
Winterbow? Just as it
Yeah,
sounds?
Yep, as it sounds. Winterbow,
Okay.
one word.
Hold on, for our captain?
No. This is for another campaign. This is
Okay.
for Storm Kings.
Man, I love the cast in this game because like every race is available, so you can get like funky. Because I was wondering what those poor dudes that died. I thought they were like frogs or something. You know.
Oh,
Oh
the
no, they're
plasmoids?
plasmoids. Yeah.
Plasmoids. Okay, that's a new one.
Plasmoids are a little silly.
They're a little silly. Just a little bit.
Just a little. They're basically a human-sized cell.
They're ooze. They're just like human shaped, like very moderately human shaped oozes.
Oh,
Oh,
they're
they
like
can take any form.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
They could be like sort of blobby, or they could be like more specific, but they're blobs.
I'm such. Never mind.
Do you want me to kill your
So
character,
queer.
Epoxy?
No, no. I was just gonna
Do you
say
wanna be a
I'm just
plasmoid?
so queer.
Oh, that's fair.
I
I love being able to transform.
they're like Osmosis Jones.
Osmosis Jones. They totally are
Yeah.
Osmosis Jones.
That's
No.
a deep cut right there, I think.
That was a deep throwback. Yeah, for sure. Okay, as we bring ourselves back in, you guys are having like a bit of an hour here to sort of like start figuring things out. The captain's basically told the crew, it's like, all right, let's lash that corpse to the side of our ship. We're gonna figure out what to do. And the captain pulls aside sort of the main officers of the ship, including the Dragonborn from Xeno Termination. And they all just sort of begin to sort of talk, and the captain's like sitting on a chair, and he's like, they're having a discussion. It's not heated, but there's like a severity to it, a seriousness to it. As all of them talk, the Auror has like the orrery, and they're kind of like looking through various planets and stuff. They're having a chat. And you know, in the meantime, all of you can kind of talk and pat each other's back. There's all, you know, Vito, the cook, is like out there being happy about the victory. You guys, Yersinia comes up to you guys and will like pat you all on the back, be like, "Oh, guys, that was I mean, I just had to stand on standby, but wow, like Varsh, you were incredible, and Basan, I heard you got the big shot, the final shot. That's amazing. Hey, well, you guys did really great. That was really awesome." And she kind of just obsesses about it. Vito's like, "I gotta go cook shit. I don't know," and fucks off. But yeah, Varsh, I think there's like, affection's a very deep word that I think is not one that should very well be used for dragons. But I think your dragon is sort of sticking a little closer to you. There's maybe like a little bit more of a bond there beyond the sort of magical inclination there. Was excited to fight alongside you, and you kind of worked in tandem together for the first time in like a really dangerous sense, and you made it through, and I think that's strengthened your bond with your dragon.
I give him a good old few pats on the head and say, "Good job," in Draconic.
And he goes, "Barsh, good job, yes."
Vosh looks away and is like, "Oh."
Barsh has like the anime like pink like blushy things on his cheek. And he's like, oh my god. But yeah, you guys chill around. The owls are flying around. The boar's just being a boar, and yeah, you guys all have a moment. The captain sort of moves forward to the crew, to all of you guys, and he says, "All right, crew. We have had a great victory here today. Magnificent, and everyone pulled their weight exceptionally. All of you should be proud of the victory today. This was no small feat, not certainly one that is easily accomplished by a crew so very young. Be proud, and know that you are warriors and heroes of realm space for what you have done, whether acknowledged or not. You will all be acknowledged by me, and all should be by each other. Exceptionally well done." There's like an applause and another like, "Woo! Hurrah!" Says, "We do of course acknowledge that we had 3 losses from this fight. Everyone was aware of the risks going into this battle. We all agreed that it was the right thing to do, but it doesn't change the remorse, doesn't change the lament, the loss of our fellows. So be proud of your accomplishments as we move forward, and don't let them go in vain. Tell their story. Tell how they fought bravely, how they loaded the mangonel, how they fought alongside our crew, and they did so with passion and zest, and deserve every reward and every memory that you could bring forth. So when you tell of this victory, tell of them. Tell of their bravery." He sort of sends a nod. He says, "I would use the winnings to afford them some, perhaps, resurrection. But I am sad to say we are on the fringes of realm space. There's only 3 systems within travel speed that would allow us reasonable resurrection costs, but none of us know of any contacts. The entire population of Akatha is under the water, and the only thing there is about 6 different trade ports that don't deal in such things as resurrections. The inhabitants of Garden are not well known to all of realm space, let alone myself, or I think anyone of this crew, if I've asked. Which leaves Glyph, which is ruled by the Illithid, and I would not subject these fallen to their cruel, psionic twistings. So we will honor their memory instead. We will send them off to the Astral Sea, befitting any warrior of the Elven Armada. And we will remember them. Once we're done, we will make a stop in Glyph. We will dissect this great creature here to take its parts and sell it for extra coin. And that will indeed go into everyone's pay for their commission. And then we will make our way back to the Rock of Brawl and celebrate befittingly this great victory. So, hopefully we will not have too great a return, but know that the New Dawn has been able to claim the name of the Cosmic Horror Slayers. We have defeated this great threat and saved realm space from its threat. No Elven Armada needed, just the New Dawn. And there's a reprieve of celebration. It says, alright, lash that body to the side, make sure everything's secured, assess the damage, we make for Glyph. And the crew kind of, and they all kind of get back to work and such. The captain says, but before we go, I want to take one final acknowledgement. Everyone here fought bravely. There was courage. There was valor. There was pride for this ship. But none so more pride than for our fellow Gith, who took the final shot and slayed the cosmic horror for us in that final desperate moment. Besson, the artillerist, our local Gith, please give her the celebration she deserves, for she slew the horror. And everyone sort of, yeah! Woo! Like, we're back. Yep, everyone that goes for it says, all are deserving of reward and celebration, but let us not forget who took the final blow. Now, into the void, and everyone sort of, yeah, goes off and begins to prep the ship, and you guys will make your way to cruise speed and begin your exit. You guys are going to be making a pretty penny on this job, ladies and gentlemen, a very pretty penny. Okay. I'll leave it up to all of you. Would you like to just sort of fast track to the Rock of Brawl, or do you want to take it at the normal travel speed?
I'm happy to jump to the Rock of Ball unless anybody's got anything else they want to do somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I'm happy to jump to the Rock of Brawl if
Yeah.
folks are happy.
Jump it.
Jump it! So I will explain narratively the travel. You guys travel for 6 days across the outer fringes of realm space. With your guidance, Varsh Voidlight, there are no issues to worry about. And any dangers you come across are either jumped by, as they're not of enough greater mass to pull the ship forcibly out of cruise speed, or if you do, they're like nearby friendly trade vessels and such is what we'll say. You make your way to Glyph. You land back on the Illithid colony. Is there anything anyone wants to do back on Glyph? Just to check? No? Okay, sure. So what essentially happens there is that you guys land for a day. So you guys did 6 days. You're going to spend a day on Glyph, while the crew led by our xenomorph guy basically begins to dissect all of the valuable parts of the cosmic horror, and they're going to sell those parts for gold, essentially, which is going to be significant sum of gold, which I'm going to just mark off here. So that's 4, 5, 6, 3, Okay, after that day of travel, or after that day of buying and selling is done, you're going to make your way back to the outer fringes of Toril, which will be another 8 days travel. I'll only stop us if there's like a nat 20 threat, we'll say. Nah, you guys are good. You travel through the outer fringes. I will open it up though. That's 15 days of travel through the astral or through wild space. Is there anything anyone would like to do during that time?
Yeah, I mean, there was significant damage to the mangonel for sure, and I believe there was a little bit more damage to the side of the hull. So, Chaplin will essentially be spending this time, doing repairs.
And,
Fair enough. Yep.
I think Ed would assist where he can, and if not needed, he would tell Apoxy as soon as possible, and they could start fixing up the Weaver for any of the like hull damage it took. And Ed wants to get to know the Weaver because, it's gonna be a version of one of those rubbing the interior, but not in a weird way,
I know what you mean.
Because eventually, and now that he spent more time, I think people can really pick up that Ed's way of fixing stuff is like, that faucet's a little squeaky. He kind of obsesses with it, even if he and is constantly doing that. It's probably both a shield and a way he likes to spend time.
Makes it 20 times better once it's fixed. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And,
Fair enough. You just get very familiar with your ship, with the main ship. Start maybe thinking of like cool ideas to upgrade, and you might take her friend. Yeah, and I just want to ask you a quick question, and maybe this is something that I could leave outside of game. You have wood carver's tools, yes?
Yeah.
May I ask what it is that you intend to do with your wood carver's tools? Do you want it for the sake of like carving cool bows, or like little like refined, sort of smaller, more finer wooden items?
Yeah, that one's kind of like it's all RP flavor, but like it's definitely for finer like wood carving purposes. There's something about working with organic materials that Ed, who forever tries to humble himself, he just likes the stuff. But like it's an added deal, Obviously, tinker tools are like for the big guns, but the wood carving one is almost more for almost for personal use. But because it's not that common in what he's hired to do, that people are like, fix my table or something. But
fair enough. I just wanted to make sure that you were getting your bang for your buck out of the equipment that you had taken, as we hadn't discussed that. So I just wanted to make sure you were doing what you wanted. No problem.
So while we are talking about that, I would have liked at some point to have gone to Ed and asked him to see if there's anything he can do with my hand crossbow, and just see if there's anything there that you can make it a little better.
So, Ed would be very disappointed that he doesn't have a current infusion or anything handy that can help weapons per se. But he would. I kind of tend to make things a little bit more sturdier than how's the other word? More. I try to protect as much as I can. So if you need help with that, I mean, we definitely certainly talk.
I'm good with water. Well, I can't be any heavier or stuff like that. I need the stealth, let's say.
Well, now I hope I don't offend by assuming this, but I tend to think you might like to carry a lot of stuff. You like to do that?
I've got weapons on me, and whatever I can hold, I'd like to keep in touch.
Okay, and because now above the table here, because I'm still 100% certain how my infusions work, but I definitely want to be able to spread the love, so to speak.
Sure.
What I'm trying to convey here is that my magic item is a bag of holding, and so he's offering it to the little thief who might be able to keep a bunch of wallets and other important stuff in there. So But
There's a lot I could keep in that.
I want to know if how essentially that works. Does that mean like if I since a long rest passes, if I want to do this, does that mean Carmen loses one and it just happens, or
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically,
cool?
there's a. I guess the way to think about it is like you're an arcane battery, and you only have so much battery power. So when you make a new infusion, it'll like end one of the old ones.
Okay, cool. So
Oh, forget
that's
that then. That's
that's
fine.
awesome. So that means like setting up for Okay, sorry, Jack. But now it's like
Yeah.
clicking like that. It's like
Something for later then. Something
yeah,
for
for later,
later.
you know,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, thanks for reminding me. I should convey that to everyone else. I'm not much
No,
of
that's
a
fine because
talk.
I forgot about that as well. We did talk about it earlier, but I forgot. That's fine.
All right. All right, how are you doing? That was some crazy shooting. I couldn't really see from afar, but I assumed, you like, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Oh well, I could have only made the impact because of Apoxy and the Mad Barbarian over there. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
Uh, thanks again. I've been, we all fought together now, so that always unites us. But I won't forget that you were the first one to really give me a lay of the land. So for sure, if you need anything, you come to me. I'll help as best I can. And he offers
thanks.
like
Sir.
a
Appreciate
proper,
it.
when he's
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
All right, back there.
Okay. Okay. Incredible. All right. Yeah. You guys. You guys get to. Yeah. Is there anything else that? I will say for your sake, Chaplain, just about the repairs because I was just doing that right now. Mangonel's like done. Like it's just too destroyed. You need fresh materials and such. And the captain basically says, like, don't worry about it. We're gonna buy a new mangonel at port. Like, I'll just buy a new mangonel for repairs. But you and At can certainly repair the hull of the ship without issue, and
Okay.
the Weaver as well.
All right, we will, mostly it sounds like Ed wants to tinker with the Weaver. So Chaplain will probably stop by to check in on that, but leave that to Ed if that's what it seems like is his intention.
All right, cool.
Oh, for sure. But Ed's not territorial about it. He's actually like the opposite. Like if Chaplin wanted to look at the Weaver, he'd happily step aside. It's more like Ed's hiding around the Weaver in a way that he's just kind of we're learning it, but that's where he lingers. It's not so much like this is mine.
Well, no, yeah, and I wouldn't take it that way. It would be more like Chaplain and At stopping by, and offering help. But I mean,
Awesome.
they're like a couple of 6-year-olds. Like I'm not sure how much help they actually are together.
Couple of 6-year-olds.
There is one other thing. While obviously through this trip, I like to talk with Epoxy and just see if we can try and help her regain some of her memories and stuff like that from before at some point. Or whether that's something we do back at Port along with Ed. That might be a good thing.
Sure. Yeah. Feel free. Or is there, if you want to do it more narratively, if you guys would that be something that you're interested in, Apoxy? You and Zalace kind of work together to try and find some memories? Muted. You're muted. I need a sign.
Sorry. I always forget. Let's do it at your quarters. That's private stuff for me.
Fair enough. Okay. So obviously, we'll say it in the evening times when we're having that downtime on the way back. We're just trying sort of stuff. So apart from what you do remember, is there anything else that you think that might help to guide you along? Is there anything that we can do to maybe start getting the memories back? I mean, we can always ask Ed to jump in and maybe try and help fix a few things if that's possible. What is it that you need to try and start gaining your memories back in the functions?
Would I know of any like governments that would be around?
Roll me a history check to see what kind of. Well, there's lots of governments. You wanted to. Okay, tell you what.
One of the main well-known ones, just to see where I can start to find of my existence.
Fair enough. Major governments. Go ahead and roll a history check to see what you know of the major governments of realm space.
I will help
History.
with that if that's a thing that I can do.
Sure, you can provide advantage.
Oh, but first roll is a nat 20.
Hey.
22 total.
22 total for the major governments of realm space.
Hold on, I gotta see if I crit twice. No, okay.
No problem. No problem. So the okay, so we'll say like some of that knowledge comes from asking around the crew, Zelace informing you some things because you just woke up. So your sort of memory banks aren't what they were. Your memory banks do tell you about like the Second Unhuman War. Whoever built you definitely inputted sort of a knowledge and understanding, not necessarily a directive or whose side you were meant to be on or anything like that. But they do inform you that the two major governments or factions, shall we say, in the war were the Skrull, which were essentially a specialized breed of spacefaring orc. They are very strong. They're basically like super soldier orcs. They are very strong. They're very fast. They're very tactically intelligent, and they're also very angry at the elves very specifically. The other one you would know is the Elven Armada, which is the major policing faction of the Astral Sea. And they defeated the goblinoid cultures of the Astral Sea long ago, and the Skrull have come back to seek revenge for that defeat. But with what Zelace has told you, neither faction are major factions of the Astral Sea anymore, and Realm Space or Wild Space and the Astral Sea, they're sort of just frontiers now. There's nobody governing or policing the sort of open expanse of space. You would know that the center of like the Elven Armada's government and the major players and movers and shakers of that faction can be found on an island known as Evermeet on the planet of Toril.
I would say that to them. Evermeet on Toril?
Toril, yes, which is the major campaign planet of the Forgotten Realms setting. So the Sword Coast is on Toril.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Evermeet is the center of Elven governance on Toril and is the home of the Elven Armada.
So I'd also like to try and maybe try and get to a point of how long epoxy has been made, like sort of was created. Sorry, and try and whether there's anything within the shape that she is and the form that she's been created, whether there's anything that would lead us back to who maybe created her.
Fair enough. Are you proficient with tinker tools?
I am not, but I know a man that might be.
You know a man that might be. If you want to go grab Ed to help you to basically be like, hey, could you help me figure this out?
Yeah, I think we need to. I think we need to get Ed in on this if he's okay with that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be like sure.
If that's the case, Ed, and you are very well proficient with tinker tools, and you do sort of like an inspection of Apox, use your tools to sort of like open different latches, check and try and find any sort of like information or written words or anything that might signify how old Epoxy is.
Have a couple days already passed? Or is it still the...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so everyone's at a long rest by now. I'll throw that out there. If anyone...
I was going to say... from all the damage, I'm just nudging away from the pain.
Yeah. Well, what Ed's doing wouldn't be painful. It's just sort of like, isn't stripping you apart. It's just like opening up latches that are meant to be opened, and yeah. So Ed, make me an investigation check. You'll have advantage because of your proficiency.
Whoa.
All right, nice. 16 plus 5, 21.
21, that's really good. Looking through Apoxy's panels, they're all pretty like undamaged, other than the most previous battle. And I almost imagine like maybe you might have been involved helping Apoxy with repairs during long rest and whatever. These sort of off-table like bandaging and so on. I could almost imagine that happening. And you've seen Apoxy fresh out of the box, so Apoxy is like, you think like this was Apoxy's first activation, or at least first active like out into the world activation. Maybe Apoxy might have been activated for the purposes of like testing and like just like a system outline to see like little things like that, but nothing that's sort of like combat based or like independence based. But so Apoxy's like fresh, like the armor's fresh, polished. There's no scrape marks, scratch marks. There's no sign of wear, not even on like the feet. So you think Apoxy has been like truly activated for the first time since when you guys found them. But as far as like when they were built, looking at the plating, maybe you find some stuff here and there, and you're like, oh yeah, like this bolt didn't come into, hasn't been used since like it only was invented like a couple years ago and something like that. So you think Apoxy was probably assembled within the last 5 years, absolute maximum, but more likely probably within the last year or two of the Second Unhuman War. So it's probably no more than like 2 to 5 years old, and that's just assembly. Not even talking about being fully assembled and turned on. That's just like was creation began 2 to 5 years ago.
So, as Ed absorbs all this and just like looks around, I wow, Epoxy, you are, I'd wager to say that was the first fight you've ever had. Not by skills per se, but by your systems, and this is outstanding stuff. But which, by the way, if I ever overstep in how I describe your makeup, let me know. I kind of get lost in my own in the shinies, but this is you we're talking about, so I do want to make sure I extend all due respect. And then that goes back to just laying off, like rattling off, like, oh yeah, this tube right here is brand new. And it's
You
like,
have full
it's
permission to inspect me.
oh, okay. And then now he's like, I would say like even like almost too much information. Like it's like, oh, these are 92100s. I've seen those. He's just kind of like relaying exactly what Ryan told you. You're brand new. You just started your fight, and it's again he's gonna relay it all with as much as due respect because he's like, yeah, it's gonna be hard to find any mods for you that are up to date. Which, if and, like,
I'm sure we can sort some stuff out. We can maybe liberate some stuff if need be. I'm okay.
Absolutely. You did give me full permission, but I tend to ask a lot. But if you ever wanted newer stuff, I don't even know if I mean. I want to believe I'm capable for that, but either way, Apoxy, your history is yours to tell. Now, so
A new
thank you for
adventure,
allowing me to share. What was that?
a new beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
I take it with pride, though I have no idea what that means.
Well, yeah. Well, you used the word well, so I think you nailed it. Whatever you thought it means, that's it. I struggle a little bit with the concept myself, but I'm proud to be in your journey.
Hope we work well.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
good stuff.
as you are journeying to the Rock of Brawl, there's one last thing I would like to. Two more things I'd like to do before we arrive. The first of which involves Basson, if you're around. So, Basson, you are called into the captain's quarters, in a sort of his private quarters. And it's worth noting before we do this, he goes to each of you guys. Ed, he goes to you, and he says, like, exceptional piloting. Truly remarkable piloting. You should, like, I admit I was uncertain of you at first, but you know how to handle yourself in the cockpit. Very well done. Pay you that compliment.
I'm just as good as my ship, Captain, but I appreciate your words.
Of course. He'll go to Varsh, and he'll say something similar along the lines of, like, I wasn't sure of the dragon, and you seem to have it remarkably underhandled. I'm sure there are many rangers that you would be the envy of, and just well done, Mr. Voidwise. Some very crack shots in there.
I will make sure that as Etherith grows, their loyalty remains strong.
Well, fantastic. So go to Zalace, say the same thing. He'll say, you're quite the artillerist, Zalace. They will not see you coming. I suppose that's how you like it, isn't it?
Exactly how I like that. Thank you, Captain. Appreciate it.
Very good. He'll pay you that. Chaplain, he'll say, oh, Chaplain, what do I say to you? You have a way of, well, tricking everyone, really. And I suppose it has come in remarkable handy steps. So well done. Keep it up.
Thank you. We survived another battle.
Also, if you would be, listen, I don't mean to intrude here, but if you could tell the crew that you are not in league with Grummish, there's been a lot of questions and concerns about that, and I know you're bullshitting them, but they don't. So if you could pass that along, make that apparent.
Yes, Captain. I will make sure that everybody knows.
Okay, thank you. And he'll pat you on the shoulder. And absolutely pay you that.
And by the way, his version of that when he does do it is going to be riding through on whatever animal he has available to mount at the time and just kind of shouting as he rides by. The captain said I'm supposed to tell you that I'm not a priest of Grumsh.
Captain's like, like is doing one of those. And the crew's like, even more suspicious now. And he's like, it's just like so stressing. But then we indeed do come to Basson.
He needs to paint an eye on his chest or something as he's riding around saying that.
A blood red eye.
Yeah.
Incredible. But we'll call you into the captain's quarters, Basson. And he'll say, well, Basson, you, I don't think I need to thank you for what you achieved, but as I'm sure you understand already how thankful I am that you struck so true. We were in trouble there, and you brought it home. You brought everyone's effort home, so not only your final shot, but your expertise on the mangonel was significant in the battle. So I guess I'd just like to say that I am proud that we met that day in the war.
Thank you.
If you'd like, I would like to pay it forward. He will go. He has a lot of cool things in his quarters. You know, little things, little mementos, relics of rivals defeated, battles won, and so on and so forth. And he's going to go into one particular locked chest, open it up, and he's going to come around to you, and he's going to say, "This was a gift given to me by one of my children, and he fought bravely in the war, and he is no longer with us. But I would like to pass these along to you, as they should be in the hands of another skilled warrior." And he will hand you these beautiful, they're cloth made, but they're very, very well formed of, indeed, cloth and wool, but also leaves and sort of hemp rope, and very well in sylvan design, but not green. There are a lot of designs to do with stars and sun and the astral body sort of along the side of them, and also elven writing, almost arcanely throughout the seaming of the actual boots. And he will hand to you these boots and say, you would honor me if you would wear these.
I am grateful. Thank you.
Good. Very well.
I was not trying to anger it, but they attack the mind and the spirit. You don't have to rage against it, because that's bad too, but you can't give it quarter. That's what I was doing.
I understand. I am not upset. I'm not upset. You are a credit to your people and a credit to this crew. So thank you.
I'm glad to be here.
And then he'll pour like a little cup of elven wine from a bottle that he'll like uncork, and it might be a little bit older. And he says, "I only uncork one of these for special occasions." So, and he'll pour a cup for you and a cup for he, and he'll some remarkably aged elven wine and astral wine at that. Not so probably from some faraway land. And he will share a glass of elven wine, and it will completely ruin your palate for all other wine.
Probably.
Because it's truly incredible. It's an incredible flavor. And he shares a glass with you, and he presents you with boots of elven kind as his thanks.
Thank you.
Incredible.
I will add this to my inventory.
Incredible. Mr. Voidlight.
Yes. Hi.
My favorite victim. As you sleep one night, you will dream dark dreams, and a presence all too familiar will come to you. The lights will go purple, and the three voices of that strange entity, the female entity that you have come into contact with, will join you and say, "I have to say, Mr. Voidlight, we were expecting horror and defeat, and yet we are so pleasantly surprised with your victory. How fascinating."
Well, Etherith and I have agreed on survival, so we will survive.
Perhaps the value you may pass on to us may be more than simple entertainment. Perhaps the fates have decided something more for you. We will be interested to see where the spinsters guide you.
Lash's like expression shifts, because usually like beholds her with nothing less than absolute disgust and hatred, but at the mention of something more than entertainment, his expression shifts to curiosity. What do you mean more than entertainment? What more would you ask of me?
For now, not much. Your path is clearly not meant for the demise of the astral sea or wild space. It would make sense, for it was you that we found adrift, and it was you who survived the horror of this battle. You should not have, and yet you live. We will wait, Mr. Voidlight. We shall see how your path unfolds, what directions you take, what fate designs upon you, and how your thread will align. But for now, we shall see. We shall see indeed. As the voice trails away, something of it stays with you. Something excited to see what will happen next. Something excited of you more than just your glorious death. And it will impart upon you a feat. You may take Magic Initiate Warlock and select what you wish from that.
Okay. I'm scared.
As you should be. But yes, you may select what
that's
you
a
wish.
great feat on the Warlock. That is brilliant.
Wow.
It seems to
That's
impart
a
upon
lovely
you
gift.
a sliver of her power.
Well,
You know what? Actually, Varsh, I'll leave it in your hands. You may pick either cleric or warlock as magic initiate.
since my background already gave me cleric as magic initiate, it'll have to be warlock.
All right, she imparts upon you even more power than the what she dabbled upon you at first. Okay then. Alrighty. Yes, Hassan.
Does Bizan have a quick moment to find Zalas? Zalas,
Sure, of
I'm sorry, I
course.
feel
We
like I'm-
have.
Zalace, all good.
Zalace, I'm sorry, Zalace.
You most certainly will. You have ample time.
She will hand him a series of papers
Oh yeah.
and
I forgot
say,
about that.
so the thing we fought, and she's gonna kind of wait for you to try to like establish telepathic, because I can't.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll initiate whispers. The psionic whispers.
And as soon as you do that, like everything in the way she communicates smooths out. The horror we fought is where this comes from, but it's not theirs anymore. You can't give them ground. You can't lose control. But this is just a tool. It's like a knife. It's as bad, as deadly, as good, as useful as you make it. And it doesn't mean that emotion is bad, only that that is a part of the skill set.
Thank you very much, Bishop. I appreciate you trying to help me through this. I really want to get to know this a bit better, see where it will take me.
Words are easier for me. Mouth sounds are hard.
Anytime you wish to converse, we can do this every day, anytime you wish.
Thank you, friend.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
And I will have given him a primer not just on basic psionics and like the things that she can do, but also on the illithid, on the cosmic core, like everything that she knows about aberrant things to kill and how they attack.
Understood. So I will put this out there because I think it'll be interesting to you as well, Basan, because your character is telling Zalace this, but you know, this is probably the lore you would have learned. But if you take some time to read this, Zalace, would you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. What Basan describes in this sort of primer of psionics and psionic creatures is it's very philosophical, but there's a lot of science behind it, but study behind it, where basically it describes that psionics is the manifestation of latent astral power, and there's some philosophical understanding that there is a consciousness behind the astral sea at large, as if the astral sea itself is aware, maybe not conscious, but aware, and has things it wants to happen of its own. It has a will of its own, a little bit like the One Ring, not as evil, perhaps, a little more neutral, or people don't really know the designs of the astral sea, but many philosophers, included, especially the Githzerai, have spent a very long time trying to decipher the secrets of the astral sea and what it wishes and how it manifests its wills through the power of psionics, investing power in different individuals. And usually the power of psionics can be obtained through training, largely discerned to be through training and age, but there is a will behind that as well. Those who are a little more skilled, those of them touched with psionics, have been so because the astral sea wills it, and that person has an important fate to the balance of the sea. And what is essentially described very simple, like it describes itself a little extra in very simple terms. Aberrations are evil psionics. Just like plain and simple, you're seldom going to find an aberration possessing of psionics that should exist. Thus why it's called an aberration, because it shouldn't exist. And the far realm is the evil expression of psionics, and that's why it's so far away from the good aligned individuals of the humanoid race. Whereas those humanoids who possess psionics have the potential for good or evil. And that's kind of it. That's kind of it. And it's up to you to decide if you are going to use the power of the astral sea, those psionics, for the betterment of mankind, for the study of the astral sea itself, or for your own will and for your own manifestation. But as she describes, it's been invested in you by the will of the astral sea. It's for you to decide how to utilize that tool.
Yeah, I mean, above table, I had read a little bit about it, so obviously I needed to for that. But yeah, I understand that part. So
excellent. I will say there is, we are playing a little bit with established lore for the astral sea and psionics and how it all interacts. So what I've described might not all be found in official books, but we're playing with it a little bit. But yeah,
I'll talk to you when I need to about how that progresses.
Yeah, and with this primer, yeah, absolutely. And with this primer, like obviously Basan, as it's your knowledge you're passing on, but with this primer, Zalace, you could certainly open yourself up to more like valid skill rolls about the history of aberrations, the nature of aberrations, psionics, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Cool. So to end off the session, you all land on the Rock of Brawl, and you guys, all of the items are sold, the gold is brought in, a new mangonel is established for it, some money is held back for the benefit of the galleon, and you are all, there's a significant payout to this. After Xeno termination's paid, after the bounty is extracted, after the gold from the parts from the Cosmic Horror, the ship is repaired and retrofitted with a couple extra goodies, you will all individually take 300 gold piece from these contracts. And with that, the captain is going to officially call for an extended shore leave to enjoy that wealth how you wish. So I am going to take some time to decide how long the captain decides we take that leave, and you may all take some time to decide how your character might wish to enjoy that wealth ashore.
Do we level up?
You all most certainly level up. Yes.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Most certainly level up.
I think that was everybody's question at some point.
Yeah, Apoxy.
I would like to speak to Zalace.
Well, I'm going to say the session has come to an end at this point, but you will all certainly have plenty of time to speak to one another at the beginning of next session, figure out what you were doing with your money. Maybe some of you have uses for that money. Maybe some of you just want to blow some of it and enjoy your victory together. Find out some stuff and feel free to contact me if you want to hear some options. But yeah, we're going to have a little extended downtime. I'm thinking maybe a month, certainly more than a week. But yeah, you guys are going to enjoy the fruits of your labors for a little while before rejoining the New Dawn for the next big mission. But the captain says he's got something big planned, something that is going to, I think, please everybody on the ship for what happens next. But that's where we'll end the session.
So just a quick
Nice
reminder,
work, everyone.
Ryan.
It's
Awesome job.
Leveling up, we abilities and a feat, isn't it?
Yes, for this
Yes.
4th level, you will take ability score increase as well as feats. I do recommend individuals take a look at the. There's some extra feats that are very Spelljammer specific. So a good example of that is the Dragonborn you fought alongside, how he like airdropped himself at the Cosmic Horror. That is a feat called Airdrop that is now available to you, Apoxy, at this level, at 4th level. So keep in mind, there are some Spelljammer specific feats that are available to you. If you want more information, feel free to contact me. But they should be in the feat list within your homebrew. Yeah, let me know what you guys are taking. If there's anything that you want that you think might be sort of plot based, make sure to inform me first, and we'll talk about if it makes sense your character can take that. But yeah, we'll chat. We'll chat during the week and get everybody set up.
Great session, guys.
Yeah, brilliant, really good.
I'm gonna go
Good
run for some
job,
food
guys.
now.
Big bucks, big bucks.
Awesome, everybody.
Great work.
All right, you all have a good. I got a session in a couple hours, so I'm gonna take off. But
Take
yeah,
rest.
well
Get
done,
that meal.
everybody.